he wasn't
All
taking it long
right.
disorder.
Hello and welcome everyone to Warhammer 40,000
Actually, you know what?
Tabletop
I'm gonna
Simulator
outflank this
Alpha
place.
League show match. I'm Glynisir and I'm joined by the glorious
Dragon Queen Nisan! Some of y'all probably remember me from Wednesday. It's nice to be back.
Woo! All right, so we have quite a match. The players have run through their lists in this in the meantime, but just to bring you all up to speed, we have some white scars with very fast moving Enturians. They will be able to move and charge up to 20 inches on turn 2. So very deadly coming forward.
Does
backed
look
up
like our
by...
Terminators are hopping into the Land Raider, judging by their
Oh,
positioning.
they will be. Okay.
Alright, so
That is scary. That is very scary.
And we have, very interestingly, a bunch of old world heresy tech wielded by both of these legions today. We have Vindicator laser destroyers on the side of the White Scars, and we have a Sakaran Venator on the side, as well as, I guess, a Leviathan Dreadnought technically is also heresy tech, on the side of the Dark Angels.
That's very fun, especially since Dark Angels get some nice bonuses to their heavy weapons when they start off the battlefield. Those are going to hit really hard at a really long range.
Yeah, what
I can
would you
definitely
be
see the
more
Sicarian
scared of across the field from you, Dragon Queen? A Sakaran Venator or 2 Vindicator laser destroyers?
I'd be more scared of all the Terminators that can only wound on 4-ups.
Yes, indeed. That is absolutely a scary thought. I once played against some Dark Angels Terminators in Alpha League while using Salamanders, who, as a matter of fact, very much don't enjoy not being able to get any bonuses to wound.
At least your stratagems got their bonuses.
Yes,
More
that's
or less.
true. Yeah. The +1 to wound is absolutely neutered, but very much get a lot of value.
At least you can just spray mortal wounds into them.
Yeah, I was going to say, you get a lot of value out of the max 60 shots on the aggressors, especially when one of the aggressors is flaying them with guaranteed 3
Gotta
mortal
get that
wounds.
AP1 into those 2-up armor saves in the building.
Well, yeah, and then also, if you can, try and ignore cover. That way you actually bring them to a 3-up out of a 2-up. But
yeah.
Let's see, what weapon setups are his Terminators today?
Let's see, the Knights look like they got the maces. Those are always fun.
Are those the
So those are
Maces
going
of
to be
Absolution?
one-shotting things. Yep. Maces of, oops, I one-shot your Primaris Marine.
Indeed, and there's
Let's see, the
quite a
Vlog
few
Terminators
Centurions
got Lightning Claws, but then rerolls the wound and some basic combi bolters.
Alright, there we are.
And
Over
then
here, we
Relic
do have some with
Terminators.
heavy weapons. It looks like he has the heavy flamethrower. Not my best choice of heavy weapon. I would have went for a missile launcher if I could.
But potentially
As
he's
those
trying to play them behind some line of sight. Oh, the roll-off for first turn, I believe. Or no, this is for first deployment. This is tied twice.
Got some nice thunder hammers.
Alright.
In
I
the
don't see
end,
too many storm shields coming in.
we will see the Dark
A
Angels
squad of
deploying
Hellblasters
first.
coming down. I know those are
Is that a
basic
squad
ones.
of Hellblasters? No,
Yeah, I see a big squad of Hellblasters here, and I thought that's what he grabbed from, but...
Okay, just
Oh,
make my
that's going to be
intent clear. These
interesting to
guys are
see
not
how he's going to move those Hellblasters around. 'Cause those can eliminate just about anything you point them at.
So, interesting here. We will have to see...
Very cool area.
Let me get rid of these, actually.
We can definitely probably see those Centurions try to move from one cover to another cover as they try to plow up the board, because there are a lot of threats to accidentally one-shot your Centurions here.
Yeah, because of the way the objectives have ended up in relation to the terrain, there are very good firing lanes to contest both of the middle objectives. But the far objectives, it looks like, right, will be able to have line of sight blocking. To
And
the
these
units that
buildings
are
don't have windows. You could just slap something in that building and just call them a day.
Okay, your turn.
Right, and which actually is going to be very interesting for both of these lists, because they are both playing a supremely elite army today.
Oh yeah.
It'll be unlikely
It's nice
that
to see
they
a javelin
have...
hit the field, actually.
Sorry, say again?
There's a javelin attack speeder over there. That's not a normal land speeder.
Everyone? Let
lot
us view the javelin attack speeder here.
That's another relic of the old war right there.
Okay. Wow, it has a 16-inch movement. That is fast.
It goes fast. Best part is, he is basic White Scars. He could give that thing advance and shoot without any penalties to moving his heavy weapons at all.
Oh, really? Okay.
So that thing could fly into melter range with a big advance and just blow something out of existence, especially with that extra hunter killer.
And as long as you have heavy 3, strength 8, AP -2, D6 crack missiles along for the ride, I see no reason to not even potentially send that guy off with. Actually, can the chaplain recite any of
Yes.
the... No, actually, he has Mantra of Strength, Canticle of Hate, so no, he doesn't have any of the shooting or attack buffs to put on the speeder.
Interesting to see that.
Do either of the librarians have buffs? No, Might of Heroes, Psychic Fortress, Veil of Time. So the land speeder will be operating as a sort of
its own little independent hit squad.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
You could also give that thing -1 to be hit for advancing, which is always funny.
For example, I think one of the targets that the land speeder will be looking for will be this Deathwing Apothecary back here. He is very likely to resurrect a significant number of very valuable models if he is untouched throughout the game. So
I could see him, though, running in and popping that Venator first, or the Leviathan. Probably the Venator more likely, given it won't have a save against its guns, pretty much.
Oh, let me see here. Well, actually, the Venator would with that 2+ save, potentially survive a significant period of the onslaught. I
think it would survive a lot better than the Dreadnought because of Duty Eternal.
Duty the Eternal
and the automatic shielding.
Sorry, yeah, the Dreadnought will definitely survive better than the Venator against a multi-melt.
Plus the Venator, in truth there, that neutron laser can just pop anything it points at. Well, you're gonna have to put a bit more range with the Leviathan, considering it's an 18-inch for the Melt-a-Lance. Which is very scary, though.
And we'll have to see, especially since the Leviathan is one of the Dreadnoughts that does not have a close combat weapon to compensate for getting locked up. We'll have to see if he decides to potentially move, shoot the Sakaran Venator, and then even pull off a charge with the land speeder into the Leviathan.
Oh yeah, that would...
Potentially denying it...
If it survives the Overwatch, which it's more than likely, but there's a chance that 2 sets of 2d6 Melta could pop you by accident.
Yes, absolutely. Well, that comes down to the
risks
odds,
you have
right?
to take sometimes.
All right, so let's see. What do we think of this deployment setup currently?
It looks like the Dark Hunch is definitely putting some things in sight, but he's putting the tankiest things possible in sight. He wants to move up those knights as fast as possible, given how panky they are with their storm shields and how good their melee is.
Yeah, so we really think that the lines of vision here for these knights are going to be obscured by this obstacle.
That is big as well. So it'll be a bit hard to get some sight on it, but I think there's plenty of sight ranges for it. We do see the Land Raider a bit further back, but it does have a nice big 10-inch move. It will get bonuses to charge potentially. So...
Yeah, I guess I'm interested to see.
Swinging around.
I'm interested to see on the White Scars turn 1 what Citronade is going to do here in terms of how much of an aggressive push they make.
Oh yeah. And there's always the risk of, do you want to try to get turn 1 or turn 2? Because if you put yourself down really defensively, you want to get turn 2. You want to be able to get the charge first.
Yeah, you very much prefer your opponent going first and having nothing to shoot at, which is very, not ironically, but like very appropriately, the Deathwing put themselves at the forefront of where death is both dealt and received, and therefore are deploying in line of sight at the starting line, ready to move and advance turn 1 towards their eventual demise.
Oh yeah.
Or the demise of their foes. Cough, cough.
Regular Heresy Raider. I took a Heresy Raider. They only have 10 slots.
Gotcha.
Crusader can
This ain't Space
I don't care.
Hulk.
It's
Death
definitely original this time.
Wing could fall.
Since
Integrator Chaplain.
since this is a show match, we are seeing use of chaplains, which are a much more off-meta pick in this day and age, I've found.
I think it's weird that like chaplains of all things are off meta compared to like psychers sometimes, because they give out some nice crucial buffs during your command phase nonetheless. So you can really pick and choose where your buffs are going and swing your battlefield around that, instead of really relying on the hard to deal with odds of psyker powers. And given that chaplain abilities are honestly a bit stronger than your psyker powers right now,
Okay, fight first. Fine.
because with your psyker you have a bigger odd of failing, and you can be denied. And if you fail, sometimes you do damage to yourself.
Yeah, I think it's just the pervasiveness of invuln saves that means that the fact that a psyker can grant an entire army invuln saves for a Space Marine, you can't ignore the value of that, no matter how much more reliable the value the chaplain will generate is.
Yeah, it's interesting to see that. And since the rise of psychers has been up and up, for myself, I've been grabbing more Sanctus with sniper rifles on my Genestealer cults. Just for the chance that you can force mortal wounds onto them by giving them insta-perils.
Orion, did we talk about the terrain? We did not talk about the terrain, actually. This beautiful terrain, made by Marius Evander, is one of the maps that we will be using for Season 9 of Alpha League. As you'll see, there are a lot better obscuring places to hide set up on the map, so that you don't get blasted off turn 1 unless you potentially go for, as we've seen here, a very aggressive Deathwing Knight forward placement opener.
I mean, you only have so many spots that you can hide everything. May as well put the bulkiest thing possible in line to be shot, you know?
Well, if you look at the white scars here, I think it shows that for the more elite armies, the armies that really need to be sure their crucial units are not being blasted off the board turn 1 without anything to say about it, are going to be able to hide 80% of their army, whereas before they were maybe only able to hide 40 or 50% on, at the very least, this board, among others.
Oh, yeah.
Many of the ruins are going to be the standard scalable, breachable, light cover, defensible, obscuring.
I see very little amounts of difficult ground here, so this is good for high mobility armies, definitely.
So that's what, 10-inch move.
But I'm curious if Marius ended up making any of this dense. No, he actually did not.
Shoot him with 2 without exposing yourself. Alright.
There's like no dense cover, and there is no difficult ground pretty much to be seen anywhere.
Well, this is a sneak peek, so you'll have to stay tuned for more. But I assure you that there are Marius has quite a good understanding of where to place dense and difficult ground to provide influence over the asymmetrical battlefield. As Orion says, these indeed are also work in progress, but come on, guys, don't you want to enjoy yourself? See a little bit of what the future
only way
holds?
to make the good map is by playtesting it. So you need to suffer through the variance of a map that has 20 craters on it.
11.
So
I think we've all been there with that.
20 craters on it is the Death Guard Dreamscape, right?
Fine.
When in the land of people who move 5 and can never move less than 5, having a 6-inch move reduced by 2 makes you a weak peasant.
Time to walk menacingly.
A pathetic 4-inch plebeian.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so
we
let's
definitely see one of the Vindicators in a pretty hard spot where it has to try to hide from the Sicarian, but that allowed the Dreadnought to pretty much get in range to shoot it with the Melta Lance coming next turn.
You know, I'm actually really surprised that we didn't see both of the the Vindicator laser destroyers set up in a car park over here on that edge. Like, that was surprising to me to not see that over there.
I think
because
part of it is
common... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I think part of it is you don't want all of your anti-tank vehicles in one area, so your opponent can just take everything that they want to shoot at and hide on the other end of the board, and you'll never get there.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. I was sort of assuming that the Vindicar laser destroyers
not
had
sure
enough
if it's
range to shoot
one
across the
7.
board, but I see now it is actually only a 36-inch range.
On top of
So,
that, there is the line of sight to consider as well.
well, I guess that's another important note, is that there are no windows in this piece of area terrain. Whereas if there were windows, you would be able to pull the classic,
There are no windows in
well,
any of this terrain.
now my treads are in this terrain, so therefore I can see
I
you.
assume your anti-infantry
Yeah.
shooting is as anemic.
I don't know why there are no windows in any of this terrain
Yeah, I did
anywhere.
not take any redeemers today.
I thought I was going to say null zone for a second.
Alright.
Oh, I
There are
see,
Temptars to worry about
Death
then,
Hex
so
from
first
Creeper.
of all,
Well, yeah,
Vindicar
Creeper
squad
knows the
line.
value of Death Hex, so...
Blasters.
Alright. Looks like they
Guys,
are getting
we
started
Hellblaster
with the
2.
game as proper, so let me turn them up a little bit.
And
All of these
Hellblaster
characters are in Deep
1
Strike, then.
is going to go down right.
Intrigue. Oh, they might be in the one of the Land Raiders.
Land Raider, since the Terminators...
Oh wait, no, they can't, because the Terminators take up 2 spots. There's 5 of them. That's all 10 spots of that Land Raider.
Things I want to
Oh,
Let me go over here and check this real quick. So it's Stranglehold,
I
Oath of
see.
Moment, surround them.
Off carry will go here.
Oath of Moment, more like Oath of 15
Running.
victory points.
Hey, you
Hellblaster
can't say
2
that.
is going
If
to go
you're
down
if your White Scar's against Dark Angels, the Deathwing Knights deny you like
here.
6 victory points because they stay in the middle instead of you. My oaths are more momentous. Fear me. Okay. And retrieve Octarius data. Alrighty.
And
What are we looking at here? First turn for the White Scars. Yeah, aggressively memeing in chat said, "Oh, what mission is this?" You asked, Creeper. It is Surround and Destroy, mission number 21.
to you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm done deploying.
It's interesting that only one of them took the mission specific.
The
big
mission
castle
specific
of
here
Giants
again
just wanted to become bigger
is
before
Surround
them, I
them,
believe.
which says score victory points equal to 4 at the end of your command phase and at the end of the battle if you control both the objective markers in your deployment zone and 1 or more from your opponents. Score 8 if you control all 4.
And
So let's
that's
see,
it.
who is that scored by?
Alright.
That was Citronade.
Oh yeah.
That's very intriguing. So
Oh.
what? We expect a tactical
Now the
squad to sit on
awkward
both
part.
of Citronade's objectives until contested by the very slow-moving Dark Angels.
Oh yeah.
And then what? The
Interesting.
Centurions and
let's
Terminators
see
run
how this
forward,
goes.
try and take one.
That's definitely
Yeah,
what it
that's
seems
fun.
like.
That's a hard ask.
And you have a Venator, you have a Leviathan.
We are White Scars. We do run fast. We are the wind.
Yes, indeed.
It looks
Alright.
like the Dark
And
Angels do have first turn
18
here,
inch range in your Melta?
judging by some of the lines that are being drawn.
That can't be, right? Dark Angels is blue,
Yep.
and Citronade is White Scars is red.
Okay,
and it says
never mind.
red
It
first.
was. Now I was looking at some of the lines of sign. I was like, the heck is drawn out?
You're skipping your command phase, I assume?
Oh crap, there's a command phase.
There is.
The number
And
of
want to,
times,
move
I'm
that
sorry, I
8.1
sympathize
inches
so
back
deeply
and
with the
enjoy
like,
fruits
you're
of
skipping your
phase.
command phase. I'm
Oh,
like, oh,
no, he's gonna go there.
no, I'm not. I have stuff I need to do. I was just jumping to the fun part.
He's wise orator,
Oops.
so we'll do.
Can you get army list, Creeper? You absolutely can. Oh, and we've got 17
do
people to hand
magic
them to you
strength.
so that I don't need to.
1, 2,
You're looking at Centurions
and,
from the
Girl
White
hits
Scars
one.
with a
Alright.
absolutely
Let's go off.
hero Smash Captain. This, or sorry, not Smash Captain,
nothing
Smash
else
Chaplain.
I
The
think
White
we
Scars
take
Chaplain
chance
can make
is-
something like
don't want to change
8
shot
attacks,
transfer, but,
hitting on 2s, rerolling all, wounding at strength 8, AP minus 3, damage 4. Let me find Chappy Boy in here. There he is. Come on. Oh, is it not going to let me open up this battle screen?
For what you said earlier there about
we
the
go.
Terminators and the Land Raider aggressively moving, Well, which would you rather have? The Land Raider die or the Terminators die?
Stubborn
Because the
Defiance,
Terminators get
you don't have to
them...
choose it, right? You just
Well,
do
they
it.
move pretty slow. The Land Raider
Oh, no,
moves
I do have
faster
to
than them.
choose. Let me
And
just
it's
check the
kind of like
exact
a big party
timing
bus.
on that, to be specific.
Although it
you
does
first,
work a
man.
lot better with Black Templars, in my opinion.
Yeah, I like to
Considering
do
you
that.
can have them jump
Phases
out,
at
they
the
ignore
moment, you do not know
Overwatch, and they
which
get a
one of
bunch of other
those two
bonuses
objectives it is.
when they just kick open the
Relic
door of their
Terminus,
Land
do they
Raider.
have...
Yes, and in the Vanguard, all my relics.
So
Yeah,
it'd be
so,
nice to
um,
see a Land
Except for
Raider
X1.
get some interesting use.
the Deathwing Knights,
Reporting back,
and the Deathwing Command.
I can tell you, indeed,
Correct.
this Smash
Knights of War, but
Chaplain is
innately.
going to get 3 attack space, 4
Oh.
for charging, an extra D3
Anyway,
for
so
White Scar's
let's,
Chigorian Storm. So that's
let's
between
indicate it, let's see.
5 and 7.
Live?
And then he can auto-pass his Litany for Mantra of Strength, which gives him another attack, strength, and damage. So he'll go between 6 and 8 attacks. But again, because he's a Chaplain, hit on 2s. And because he has Litany of Hate, which can inspire, will re-roll 1s. Or if there is a -1 from the Dark Angels in some way, would allow him to re-roll those as well. And then, God help us, he is going to be striking at Strength. Oh, very interestingly, Strength 7. Normally, you see the Smash Chaplain build go for Imperium Sword to get up to Strength 8 for that very key wounding light vehicles on 3s and wounding T4 infantry on 2s. But he has decided
I think it's because this relic is really hard hitting. Look at that. AP2, 3 damage. This is a Thunder Hammer.
Well, and in fact, because of Mantra its strength and the ability for the White Scars to go into or like the ability for them to use adaptive strategy to put himself in Assault Doctrine, that means this hammer will actually be striking at AP -3, damage 5. Because it's damage 3 plus 1 for White Scars plus 1 for Mantra of Strength, and it'll deal an additional mortal wound on wound rolls of 6s. So that's 8 between 6 and 8 attacks hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s that are all going to hit. And then maybe you have frickin' Transhuman, but it's AP -3 and damage 5. It is going to obliterate whatever you fail a save on. No feel, no pains can save you from 5 damage. Not on a 3-wound model, it doesn't matter.
Who needs a Philopane? That'll take out a Dreadnought through Duty Eternal.
Damn Skippy. That's why I was saying a truly Smash Chaplain.
The Plains Runner brings that to 11.
So what we're just catching you guys up on in chat was we just saw a 5 for the advance roll on the Assault Centurions. So with Plume of the Plains Runner, that's going to act as a 6, and those Assault Centurions are going to move 11 and land on that fucking objective. Woo!
Ugh, you hate to see that, because those things are hard to get off an objective with how much health they have and their 2-up save and T5.
Yes, you hate to see it unless you were one of the noble
Deathwing
sons.
Knights, looking at those, woo! That'll be a bit of a charge for them, though.
Apothecary will advance.
Oh, sorry.
Maybe the Hellblasters has to come moving out and try to deal with that.
10 actually.
Okay.
Apothecary keeping pace with them, wants to give them that glorious feel no pain.
Wait, what is happening? Is he really moving up the characters behind the Centurions?
That's what it seems like. He's trying to use them as the big super screen.
That is a bold move when that Sakaran Venator has line. Like, guys, if this
I don't know. I don't think the Venator's living this turn, my friend.
Yo, we don't. Do we not? Do we not think so? Sorry, do we not think so? Is that not?
That's we already have one laser destroyer pointing at it and the javelin attack speeder.
The javelin, as we discussed, is operating on its own over here. Does it have? It doesn't have half range on the melt.
Doesn't have half range, but I don't think it needs it here.
Not when backed up by the. I actually haven't checked the gun profile on this Vindicator. Whoa, something weird just happened with my audio.
It gets 3 shots at Strength 9, AP3, D3 plus 3. And that's just the basic fire. You can overcharge that sucker to get. Yeah, I would definitely overcharge it, because then it's Strength 10, AP4, flat 6.
Are you advancing the Land Raider?
Yeah,
that means that Sicarian gets a 6-up save, and every failed save is an instant death, pretty much, into it.
I can't imagine any moment where you don't take this shot,
said, you
right?
can't White Scars
Like, you
this
peek out with your. Look at this cannon. Look at this cannon right here. This fucking thing. This takes 4 shots at you. You're made of. You are Swiss cheese. You have become the switch.
It only fires 3, but it's a 4-barreled gun. I guess the last barrel is for venting.
Right here.
Yeah, it's questionable. This is it's the dark age of technology, Dragon Queen. I don't know how to shoot the 4th barrel of the gun. Okay. 25% of all human knowledge has been lost.
Don't worry about it. The 4th barrel was jammed since the 35th millennia, and now we're in the 41st.
I just want to be outside your hell blaster. Can't go. You can get line of sight of me with the.
Yep.
And
It's okay. The internet die was just to run another ad for the community, right?
Oof. Yikes.
Don't worry.
Look, so the Land Raiders moved up, and then the White
shout
Scars...
out the Terminators.
Well, so that's I believe, the stratagem for the White Scars, lightning disembarkation, was used, which allows for 1 CP allows you to disembark a unit after.
I'm surprised he didn't jump out in front of the Land Raider trying to make an easier charge. It looks like he wants to go for the Hellblast, or that squad over there, basic Space Marines.
There's no way he makes it with an 11. It's just not.
He's got the Librarian coming over. He's probably going to give them the +2 to advance and charge.
Is that what Veil of Time does?
Oh, wait, no, that's the other Librarian.
Right, yeah, well, I guess the other Librarian might have enough distance on his power. Let's check Ride the Winds.
Psychic phase.
It's just 12 inches, so...
It's 12 inches. He's definitely in, but
Librarian.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Where the fuck he's over here? I believe it's 2 pieces. Yeah, I'll start the TTS, please. Come on. There we go. Why does it keep... Why does Battlescript TTS keep down?
Although, Veil of Time could be used to reroll their charge as well for free.
Alright, I think it's having multiple players using that is causing issues. Anyway,
he could give them the +2 to advance and charge, slap Veil of Time on them, give them a free reroll.
Okay, that's
a pretty scary thing that could happen over there.
CP reroll the second phase.
Thinks we have some psychic powers coming out now.
I was gonna say, let's see which psychic powers go off.
Benefiting here? I assume
Plume of the Planesrunner is in range of those Terminators as well. That's a +3 to charge. That's an 8-inch rerollable.
Interesting. And let's see.
If both buffs goes off.
So Veil of Time on the Assault Terminators.
And he could always then safely pile into the Leviathan.
Make those charges anyway.
I'm gonna put Veil of Time on the Assault Sense. 7, pretty sure that goes off.
1 second.
It looks like one of the Vindicators did not move at all, though.
Psychic Fortress.
And we are now in the Psychic phase.
That Vindicator didn't move at all?
Yeah.
Good question.
I know why. Because it wants +1 to hit that Sakaran Venator.
Roll, Alt, delete that Sicarian. That's what the coal is right now.
So that's the Watcher in the Dark on my...
So there was an attempted Watcher in the Dark just now, a Psychic Denial from the Deathwing Knights on that Veil of Time power, but he met it. He did not beat it, so it did not deny.
6.
You hate to see it.
From his,
you gotta get those Watchers out.
Right, well, and that'll be the only way that he can interfere with the Psychic phase for this turn.
Warp Charge 6, it goes off.
Oh yeah.
This is going to be probably blessed.
And who knows how many more crucial buffs could be slapping out here. Looks like we have a Smite check, potentially.
Smite 18 inch or 24 inch? Smite is 18 inch. And he's out of range. Okay, so that's his only cast. Okay, so that's it for the Psychic phase. Now let's shoot. Land Raider has a super advance, so he can't shoot. We'll start with the Javelin into your Venator.
Okay. Let's see what this...
I hear the Javelin being shot.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's see what this Javelin can do here.
I'm just going to smokescreen real quick.
Of course.
He brings smokescreen up on the Venator for -1 to hit.
Things. That's 2 in my multi-multi range. So, 200 killer missiles.
It might. survive.
The javelin
Force,
swoops
nothing.
around the right flank of the battlefield,
Nice.
attempting to
Amazing
take out the
dismount.
heavy firepower
Jack,
element of
launcher,
the
4
Dark
shots.
Angel's force.
Cracks obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Oh!
Strength 8.
These are hunter-killers coming in.
Yeah!
AP for
So that's gonna be it's gonna be a 4-up
These are
armor
only-
save here, I believe, on the Venator. AP -2, right?
Alright, 5 up.
Oh, 5 up, he says. Okay. He fails it.
Roll damage.
Oh! And a
Oh!
5 on the
Right.
D6.
9.
Devastating.
Already, that Sicarian is going down. That's over a
both
third of
hits.
its health already.
And both wounds.
And 2 more
Both
damage.
multi-melt is
bracketed.
hit and then wound.
Naturally. Roll damage.
Oh
It's
no!
multi-melted, right? Multi-melt and devastator, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's just
Not
2d6
multi-melted
damage
range,
going in.
but-
It's dead
Oh.
already. It's dead just to the javelin.
No,
Something
the
worth
I
about
believe that was
half its
saves,
point.
Dragon Queen.
Oh.
So the 6
No,
actually
those were not
saves
saves. It had no save.
One-
Oh, it has
It's
no
It's
save against
AP5
Melta.
because
It's
of Devastator
AP5 because of
Doctrine.
Devastator, so that's a raw 8,
So,
13,
overcharged,
15
3 shots.
damage. Oh, well, I mean, really, he was foolish for firing the missile launchers
And
at it, don't you think?
all-
With the
well,
multi-melta taking care of it
I mean,
entirely.
Probably
Unlimited
broke
AP.
launched it. You definitely wanted to overcommit.
Did I really once?
Yeah, I guess, right, yeah. Yeah.
And all in terms,
I
that
think
is
I'm
their
wrong.
biggest heavy firepower other than the Leviathan out of the way. Turn 1
You have one
round.
shot on your Deathwing
Yeah,
Knights.
absolutely. That is the
Alright.
problem with bringing a big
Alright.
firepower piece that is so
Nope.
damn
I'm gonna
big.
CP reroll that 'cause I don't
Yep,
want to
it
lose
definitely
one.
could have been hidden.
Sure.
He could have played around the fact that the Venator has a 14-inch
Luke Gator,
move.
He doesn't see anything.
He did
he
not
doesn't see
hide it at
anything.
all, so it just
Nobody sees anything.
the White
Yeah,
Scars took
you
aim
gamble.
I
and
score.
shot it out.
Uh,
So we definitely see the Dark Angels playing here, making a lot of mistakes, not hiding enough stuff. Looks like it is passing over to the Dark Angels now, though. There was no charge attempt made onto those Hellblat, or onto that Intercessor squad.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, Dragon Queen, that doesn't
those
surprise
basic
me at all.
marines.
With that shooting phase having gone as well as it is, if I was the White Scars, I know I'm gonna hold
Alright.
back,
I would have taken it.
make you come
honestly.
to me. You would have gone for it, huh?
I would have went for that charge. There's no reason
Then
not
we
to. There's
for
no threat of
second
Overwatch. If you make it, you wipe them off of that. You wipe out that squad right there, and then you consolidate into that Dreadnought to lock that thing out of shooting.
Yeah, I
you
think
trade your
that's,
Terminators
Mr.
for a
One.
turn of a Dreadnought not shooting.
That's a very
CP.
good. Actually, let me check out this Leviathan's profile real quick. 'Cause it's got-
2d6 shots of the multi-lance. Of the Melta Lance.
Yeah.
Plus 2 Volcaic Calivers.
The Interrogator Chaplain, drop
But at
It-
-1 to hit, right, you really crack down on its
Off.
accuracy.
and we're going to
Oh
have
yeah.
But since they didn't do that, this Leviathan is absolutely going to smash into Centurions once we get to the shooting
Oh yeah,
phase.
those Centurions are gonzo. I'd be surprised if most of them survive what is about to
Cool,
happen, because
don't even have to move.
he's
I mean,
probably
if
he
I
might
did
sit still.
move, let's
He
see,
might
that's
walk into Melta range with that
13.8,
Cyclonic Melta Lance.
13.8
I would do it.
minus 8 is going
It would
to
open me up to a lot of charges,
4,
especially from that
5,
Smash Chaplain.
0.8.
But wiping that whole squad of Centurions, that squad of Centurions is like 300 something points on its own.
Do we agree right now that the Land Raider is completely bait and needs to be ignored?
It's 100% bait. 100% ignore the Land Raider. It has a twin las cannon. That's the
They didn't
best thing
get
about
Veil
it.
Cannon.
Oh, also,
I know
command
you'd be
phase
like, oh, my
is
Cyclonic
disadvantage
Melta Lance,
on
it's like
fire
strength
effective.
9, it's perfect for killing the Land Raider. It's like,
Actually,
shoot
no,
it,
sorry. This is
shoot it at the
wrong side.
Centurions.
No,
Like,
wrong side.
Oh, yeah.
you
Be
need
careful
to kill
about
those
pointing
Centurions
hands at things
yesterday.
and then onto other things, lest you start giving away good strategies to the players.
Oh, okay.
So
Sorry.
there's
Yeah.
a problem where
It's all
they're
good.
taught the sergeant. Let me figure out which one's the
You
actual
probably don't
sergeant.
know what we're talking about. We're probably talking about the Centurions charging the Leviathan, as far as they know,
Damn
but
it, which one's the actual sergeant?
it's
At
always a
some
good idea
point,
to mind
at
your
some point,
hands.
it's more important to be, I think, educating the audience and helping them follow along than it is to
Oh yeah.
to not genuinely
Uh,
indicate.
we
These are
just wanna
these are
pick one
alpha
of them to be
players
the
in
actual sergeant,
playoffs.
'cause I don't know
They've
half
got a
about
good
it.
idea of. what's gonna be
I've
the
seen
best
some
move.
shit
One
on my last
time
stream, okay?
this
I saw a guy forget to deep
He's
strike
not
a whole
okay.
unit, and he lost the
The
game
president
to it,
has
so...
What? Are you-
multi-sergeants.
Was that me streaming? Was that
No, that was me
Was
streaming.
that the Pants
Deathwing
99?
Knights are going to
No, that was my Custodes stream. That the Custodes
Dice.
forgot to deep strike their
Sorry.
one unit of guardsmen.
I
They only lost 45 points of models to it,
Oh,
but they lost out on scoring like 10 points of secondaries, stopping Holdmore, and getting Holdmore themselves and Hold 2
feels
from
bad, man. And Creeper posts in chat, he's like, and also never forget the Scorpions. Yeah, Creeper,
So
I
that's
will never forget your
7.4,
poor striking
and
Scorpions. They just
they jerk over to the
wanted to
sides, and you take
participate,
this
okay?
guy off the other guy's base.
And you told them
I
that they could
love
not.
striking Scorpions. They are one of the most beautiful models. I want to get someone paint them up in cult colors and use them as something else, but they are god-awful if you think about it.
Yeah, well, you gotta harken back to the
How
days of
Blaster
3rd, 4th, and 5th edition if you
advance.
want the striking Scorpions and the
Inches.
what are the teleporting guys? Warp Spiders. If
Fine.
you want striking Scorpions and Warp Spiders to be good, you gotta go back half the editions.
I don't know. Warp Spiders still feel pretty good. Scorpions, not so much.
Alright, so let's see. We've got
Yeah, all of them.
Hell Blasters moving over here on the corner. They're going to rapidly eliminate that attack speeder, it looks
Going
like.
to advance with the chaplain. Okay, that was much more than I needed.
You know what I think would help Craft Worlds? Take all the stuff that can only be taken as Exarchs and put them on the normal models as well. Because think about that striking Scorpion unit if all of them can take the Scorpion's Claw.
I was really disappointed when I saw Faith and Fury, I believe, was the one with the Eldar. No, which Psychic Awakening was Eldar?
He's technically leaning on someone's base, but that's just because the colliders are bad.
It's fine if you don't remember.
Yep.
In the Psychic Awakening for Eldar, where they got all the unique Exarch powers that where you could take if you were the aspect of the Ranger Shrine, or the aspect of the Reaper Shrine, or the aspect of the Scorpion
all
Shrine.
that stuff.
Phoenix Rising, Creeper's got my back. So in Phoenix Rising, I was really disappointed that they weren't more like the whole unit upgrades that you saw in the Tau's Psychic Awakening for the Greater Good. Like, the idea...
situational Exarch powers that make like only the Exarch better in like the most specific RNG high roll possible, and it's like, oh no.
Yeah, whereas you could very easily just have some, oh, my swooping hawks, like with this power, now they like do, D3 mortal wounds when moving over infantry in the movement phase. You're like, all right, sick, easy, do that every turn.
2D measure.
Or similarly, I know actually the perfect example I have of how I think these traits should work is there is a trait for either Howling Banshees or Dark Reapers, I cannot remember which, where the Sergeant gives the entire squad like exploding sixes or ignores cover or something like that, where it's a full squad benefit. I think that's
I believe that's on the Dark
way.
Reapers.
So it's a much more interesting way to play skirmish combat, unit combat in the 41st millennium.
Another 5.
Especially since like the whole point of Craft Worlds, especially for the people that are going for the different Phoenix sizes, is that they are independent from the rest of the Craft World for the most part, from what I've read. Is that they dedicate themselves to this one aspect of life, and then they're completely crap at it for no reason. And it's like, oh, okay.
But you know who aren't crap at what they do? Those Deathwing Terminators that have got onto those objectives. They're on those objectives with their OBSEC, and they are not coming off soon.
Well, yeah. I think we might see the land speeder come down here.
And I'm interested to see if, as a reaction for the White Scars, he'll end up peeling the Vindicator laser destroyers back to deal with the Hellblasters, or if he'll turn their guns on the Relic Terminators.
Oh yeah, definitely. It depends if you can play the range of those Hellblasters enough, because they're only 24. They can assault you, though. They can advance and shoot, but they want to stay on that point. So you either need to commit a deep strike to that and holding that point, or just accept that they're not going to shoot for the most part.
Okay, so...
And as Dark Angels,
we're going into shooting, and
we'll have to see how their shooting goes.
Decided.
Let's watch.
Oh yeah.
So first of all, these Hellblasters are going to commit suicide.
The Hellblasters are shooting the Relic Speeder. We're going to rip the Martial Legacy over on that side.
Actually, not really. I don't care enough about that. Or do I?
I just thought of a dumb thing that the Land Raider might do next turn.
Well, you should
charge the Leviathan.
I mean, I think that's perfectly reasonable. I think if the Leviathan doesn't get charged next turn by something, like it's something, stuff has gone massively awry for Citronade.
That is average time.
Oh, definitely.
I'm going to
Sorry, yes. So there is a squad-wide invuln Exarch power, but it's on Swooping Hawks, says Creeper, and they're boneless scourges. That sounds delicious over an open grill,
I'm
Creeper.
doing it this way, so it's no problem. Especially since we can actually delete dice.
Ah, yes.
Alright, so what do we got going on here? This is...
First guy.
Rip.
Let's see.
It's all good, Malice.
They did advance, so do I CP all that? Let me see what I need here. Changing, I don't care about that. Yeah, screw it all. Doesn't matter.
Making sure everyone's promoted.
Next guy in line to kill himself. Surprisingly, he does not.
Just a 2-hit?
No, I'm keeping the hits on the board, taking the ones that don't go to the side. Alright.
I don't think I have a save, it's just...
No, you don't. Then on 3s.
T6.
Okay, 2 down.
Wow, that is very
6
unlucky rolling for our Dark Angels player here. That javelin, that javelin attack speeder surviving a full blast from 5 Hellblasters is absolutely
It is free to just advance and blow away anything it wants next turn now.
It's not tiered down, so...
it can't tier, which is the best part.
Yeah, we'll see if the Dark Angels player can...
shooting, except these guys.
Yeah, the White Scars did spend all their CP turn 1. They did a Lightning Disembarkation, they rerolled a Psychic Power, they rerolled an Advance roll.
And... let's see.
What is a CP past turn 1? It is worrisome that he blew his load that fast.
I don't need it.
Overcharging because
he might want to try to fit 100 points to grab a Calidus into his army, assuming I have the assassin names right.
Because apothecaries right there.
Because if you're going to blow away that much of your CP, you may as well spend the 500 or the 100 points. My bad.
Honestly,
that it is to take an assassin that can eat your opponent's command points to try to even out that cushion.
Yeah, but I'm looking around. I don't see where this man has 100 points to spare. He's got dedicated shooters, dedicated close combat, and then his minimum obsec. He already took tactical marines.
First guy.
3 squads of them.
Yeah.
That's his least troops he could possibly take.
Rest in peace, scouts. You'll never be seen on the table again.
So the Dark Age 2 CP?
No, 2 CP if you have more than 5.
Is it? Well, how KD showing 2 for version?
Hey there, Pub Bear. What are you going on?
Let's just check real quick.
Pretty
Weapons.
sure scales.
Weapons of the Dark Age. What do we think about this? Do we chat? Do we think Weapons of the Dark Age is 2 CP? I think it is. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it is.
Rolling. Alright. Then on 3s, we roll 1s from Wisdom of the Ancients.
Oh,
my God.
Oh, that's not odds!
Oh, the 2s.
Yeah, what is suffering? It's that, gentlemen.
They gave it to you.
It's that fucking plasma roll is
Anyway,
the definition of suffering on Earth.
Yep.
Alright, AP 4?
This is where you just pray to the dice gods and you're like, my opponent can also roll all 2s. My opponent can also roll all 2s. Like,
the issue with the dice gods here is that we're playing online here. Because he rolled so many 2s, the opponent is less likely to roll 2s now.
Oh, is that how that works?
He takes 2
yeah,
damage.
see, the dice roller knows that in, like, we'll say 100 rolls, it should average the 3.5. Because so many 2s were rolled, to make the averages higher, the rest of the rolls are more likely to be 4s, 5s, and 6s to try to pull it back to the average.
That's your hijinksing me, Dragon Queen. That's not how that works.
That is 100% how that works.
And then
It's random to a degree.
6 damage.
You're shattering my entire perception of reality, Dragon Queen. Don't do this. I'm a statistician. I assumed that the odds were the odds.
And then 3 damage to the next guy.
They are the odds, but you can play the odds like you're counting cards at the blackjack table.
That's unfortunate. I disapprove.
Progress.
Is that progress? I guess, yeah, 2 Centurions.
Do we have a true random dice roller, Orion?
So I'm just going to shoot everything.
Because I know it's like nearly impossible to code them.
Okay.
And I swear to God, anytime I've seen a bunch of 1s hit the field, a bunch of 5s and 6s followed after.
Well, but that's our human nature to determine patterns within a system.
Putting on 4s.
Hell, that's why I'd be a statistician.
It's random to agree of 100,000. Okay.
Take a mortal, feel no pain.
So that's interesting. Why does Weapons of the Dark Age say it's 2 CP on Wahapedia then? We know Wahapedia is 100%
generally
correct.
up to date.
100% correct all the time.
So for some reason,
No, I'm memeing. It's definitely not.
100,000 dice rolls, you might see a pattern.
36 shots.
Ooh. That's the Dark Angels got average shots from their 2d6. That's what they need at this point. Just some average would do them well in this shooting phase.
All right.
Especially after the brutal shooting phase that came in from the White Scars.
Minimum 3 damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because this is the Cyclonic Lances, right? So
right.
Centurions are
doesn't really matter what this is, but
dying.
Okay. You want to roll Feel No Pains for 6 damage? Yeah.
All right. So then 2 Centurions at 4
Do
HP.
you want me to roll these one at a time or together?
Let's do one at a time.
They are taking a long time to die.
No,
you could roll a 1.
No, so that's
4.
4. That's
yeah. Hit a 6 here, buddy. Oh, not quite.
Did not live. Damn.
All right. Now I really need my fingers crossed on this one.
Yep. He needs to finish these Centurions, otherwise the Apothecary is going to bring one back.
You can do it.
Oh, and that's brutal when they come back to
min4,
life.
right?
He could live. There's a
Oh.
possibility. Oh my God.
He fucking lives!
What a
The Centurion lives with 1! He takes a Cyclonic Meltalance to the face, and he has like 10 to 15% of his face left. It's like the top right of his forehead and his left
I
eye.
hate this so much.
Yeah, he's good.
Reminds me of my Dark Heresy days.
So
I was there with my squad,
Actually, wait,
and a guardsman took a stick bomb and lived, and our Mechanicus biologist ran over and flesh stapled him back together. He was half a torso, an arm, and a head, and we slapped a last pistol in his hand, and he took down a war boss.
yeah, man. Because if that hadn't killed him, was Gazgul Thraka really going to? Obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Got an 8-inch charge here, no buff.
Oh, 8-inch charge from the Dark Angels. 9. Oh.
Leviathan's coming
No,
in to
the
tie that
Leviathan's
up.
gonna fucking finish him off. How could this happen?
Wait, all the heroic interventions, though, that he's about to eat. All those characters are going to come crashing in.
Because if you are unaware, I will quickly explain. If you're unaware in the chat, this Apothecary right here, this model, he has a Nicarthium, and so he's going to be able to heal a model with his combat restoratives ability for up to D3 wounds using that cool Nicarthium that he has on his one hand. And so since he is a selfless healer, he heals for a flat 3 instead of D3, meaning that guy at 1 wound with 4 total HP is going to go to full health if he lives. And then because the unit is alive, he will be able to use his selfless healer combat revival stratagem for free and bring another guy back at 4 HP.
I failed Veil of Time.
So if this guy lives with 1 HP, it's a 7 wound swing against the Dark Angels.
But they did get the other.
7 wound swing against him.
Either way, 5 hitting on 3s.
Yeah, 5 attacks, 4 hit.
Wounding on 3s.
2 wound.
On to that 2-up save.
Ah! Ooh!
Makes one,
Spicy!
makes two!
Ah! He made it!
Alright, now hit me back a few times.
That was not the ballsy play you wanted to do. Let's
I mean,
be real there.
I'm actually surprised these Deathwing Knights didn't YOLO in with
I
box
think
charge.
they
They must have
advanced.
advanced. They must have advanced.
4 attacks on probably freeze. I don't think heroes have a -1 to hit.
Oof, that. This
And
is
then, strength 10's on freeze.
brutality as a
8
Dark
on
Angel.
2 wounds on 6s for that Leviathan. It fails
Okay.
both.
3 damage.
Gonna,
3 damage,
oh wait, no,
only
it's
2.
5's got the automatic shielding, so that's only 2 damage into it.
Cool slap fight.
But the damage is down.
Alright.
It's in place to get charged by
Right, he can
10
fail
million
morale.
smash characters.
He oof,
4 minus 4 is 8.
4. Wait, he runs on his. They're Space Marines and they're not leadership 8.
Very dramatically.
It's their leadership
Return
7 apparently for the
Okay.
Assault Centurion squad
Command
leader.
phase,
What?
Mantra strength
What?
off and
No, he
catapult
pulled the
of
sergeant
critical
first by
hits.
accident.
Oh, that's well, you know, nobody's perfect.
That's
Nope.
not
Never pull your sergeants,
Nobody's
folks.
perfect. Yeah, that
He's gonna
is
start deleting
that
some of those
is
guys
lads
in the
why
background.
you never pull the sergeant first.
And,
There's
that's
never-
it. Movement phase.
Never the right move. All right.
That's the vibe. That's kind of
So
There
Indicator.
are 1% of situations that you want to pull your sergeant.
It's basically only if the squad is likely going to be wiped anyway, and your sergeant somehow has a better save.
Alright, we're driving in. We are getting
They
line
have
of
not
sight.
updated their score sheet at all. Okay, fair enough. Nothing for me to update then. Oh, let's see what's happening down here on the battlefield level.
Attacks.
Oh, these poor Hellblasters are about to catch
I can see.
missiles, and quite a few.
The question is here, would you shoot the frags or the cracks? I would shoot the cracks myself. Because each one is almost a guaranteed dead Hellblaster.
Are those Deathwing Hellblasters? Question mark.
Yeah, those are Deathwing
Do
Hellblasters.
they get the permanent transhuman or?
I'm
No,
not sure. I don't
right?
think they do because they don't
Right?
have the
Yeah,
characters.
no,
Because
they
only
don't.
the Terminators
they
do.
don't get
So,
the Deathwing.
Yeah,
special.
definitely want to wound those on twos with the cracks.
That's,
and pretty
that's
much
my
have a
instinct, right?
Yeah, and that's almost 100% chance to insta-kill one as well. Most of that squad should be dead.
The fact that the multi-melta is just gonna rip 2 guys apart is very bad for those Hellblasters.
Oh, yeah.
Then the layer moves.
And assumably you only get 1 miss in that whole thing, so you kill 4 of them on average for the most part.
He's got a jump pack. He's up here.
All right, so let's take a look over here at where these characters are gonna go, because that
Apothecary's
Centurion,
now
that Centurion
moving
going
in.
down to morale means the Dark Angels are still in this. They need to apply pressure to the character stack that now has no protection.
Looks like they are starting to move around the Land Raider, use that as a small protection.
6 equals 18.
Oh,
They
and
are
if you look at the
zooming.
dice cam, you'll see that this librarian has advanced 6 inches.
Excuse me, where do you think you're going?
+1 for the Plume Rider.
Assault
That thing's going 7.
They can go. Not.
Oh, right, retrieving.
White
terrorists.
Scars just go
so,
yeet
So that's
straight
actually an
through the
unfailable
field.
charge
Planesrunner
for
range,
Plume of the
so that's
Planesrunner, because
+3
you have +1
for
to charge rolls.
hands,
So
that's
even,
Oh, yeah.
even if you roll
they
Snake
have
Eyes,
manages.
it's Snake Eyes +1.
Here we see the Terminators now starting to move out.
And they got a 3 on their advanced roll. Are they not Plume of the Planesrunner? They definitely are, right?
Planesrunner
They
is over here. It's in
100%
that
are?
White Library. Yep, they 100% are.
So they're gonna move a total of 9 with that.
Oh,
3
yeah.
stance. Yeah. Okay.
Librarian in the
Indeed,
back.
indeed, indeed. Whoa, sound bugs. Sorry.
3
Sorry, stream.
for the jump packs and go 15.
So,
+1 is 16.
I don't believe you can see the objective super well, but if you take my word for it, it's under there.
It's under there.
Um,
We definitely see the Land Raider probably
couple of
going to eat an
moments,
Overwatch
don't
from
have
that
too
Leviathan
much
if they
for
go
one
for it.
in the vehicle.
Well, they can't
The
actually, don't have the
Land
CP.
would eat an Overwatch from the Leviathan? Yeah, do they have CP
Yeah.
for that?
No, I
No.
don't.
No, they don't. I just checked.
So here, let me update.
Did fail
What's the
morale,
White Scars
so-
CP at? Is it 1?
Other hand,
2
get
for
one
the White
not
Scars.
Did White Scars score primary?
Let's see.
No,
Starting about
nobody's
around
touching their
2,
objectives.
You were holding 2,
Okay.
but not more. So.
I want to move this librarian here.
Yes, the sons of Lionel Johnson have learned that this legion of White Scars know their greatest secret. And therefore, these White Scars, even though they are brave fellow battle brothers of the Adeptus Astartes, they must perish. For none can yet know that Lionel Johnson lives.
Dead.
Hey, he's all those Primarchs are shit compared to my Primarch, Vulcan. He's an eternal, perpetual. He's like the Emperor. You can't stop him.
Oh yeah, my Primarch has 4 arms.
Well, okay, that's twice as many as mine has. You win.
Ha Win for the Jade Stealer cult.
And it's a 6, so that's a...
Wait.
It goes off. And then we're going to cast...
Okay, so, I honestly think Chaplain is going to smash Chaplain, that Leviathan Dreadnought, to death. He only needs 3 attacks to go through on the automatic shielding, and the Dreadnought dies. Even at 12 health, because it's 15 damage.
And that goes off. He's a Chief Librarian. Does that give him an extra cast? Just an extra no. One extra no.
Dr. Morg, I like your storytelling there. This White Scars librarians stumbled upon information related to the Fallen, using their psychic fields to garner information from the warp on those chaos.
Goes off, and then he'll smite the Leviathan. 5 goes off.
Oof.
A few mortals.
D3 on the levy. Oh, that's 3 mortals on the Leviathan. So now, it is still. Let's see. No, it's 2. Only 2 of the Chaplain's attacks need to go through to finish off the Leviathan.
Let's see. Put a Land Raider.
Twin
Heavy Bolt going into.
Maybe I misunderstood what he was smiting. I thought.
Which one?
I thought
that
it
guy
was
over
the
Deathwing Knight.
Yes, that Deathwing Knight is very intentionally touching over.
No.
I'm waiting for the big guns to start shooting. That's what I always love to see. Interesting though, we see that Space Marine squad actually moved up a floor. If you take a look at that, probably prevent themselves from being charged by the eventual deep strike that might come in for that objective.
Hitting on freeze.
Oh yes, because we have to remember there are 2 teams of Relic Terminators in Deep Strike.
One heavy bolter.
Unfortunately, though, being on the 2nd level
is
of the
that
building
2 teams or is that 1 big team?
It's 2 teams. It's a team of 5, I believe, and then a Deathwing command squad.
2 at AP, 1.
Because relics are different than Deathwings.
Hard to see the difference, not gonna lie.
Yeah, the Relic Terminators you have to take in a separate squad from Deathwing.
And I guess this Deathwing command squad there.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. It's a common thing you see, specifically for just dropping a 2-man Terminator squad hiding out of line of sight on an objective.
Oh yeah.
Overcharge, so into Leviathan.
Overcharged into the Leviathan, Super Plasma, Indicator,
hits
Laser.
Everything. Wounds everything.
5 ups.
5 up in Vuln saves. Failed 2, so that's
12 damage.
10 damage from after Duty Eternal.
Duty Eternal.
Oh, Duty Eternal.
Yeah. I can't
So it will live on 2.
anyway, so.
But it's not looking well after that, Mr. Stark.
What? Who got smoked for 2 mortal wounds? Who got smoked for 2 mortal wounds? I must know.
They both hit.
I literally cannot tell you. Because judging by where all the Psychers are, they would have had to shoot the Leviathan. Because nothing else is in line of sight, because there's no windows.
Is going to shoot everything into the Hellbusters. So
it must have been the Leviathan, which is why it... No, it can't have been the Leviathan, because it took that damage in melee.
And there we go.
Does explode.
Well, first...
Oh, they just...
Okay, they did fail to account for the mortal wounds on Leviathan from Smite.
Okay.
That is
Leviathan is dead, as it should
I
be.
was super confused. I was like, I would have sworn he said Leviathan's the closest. He takes 2 mortal wounds, and then they never incremented the health bar.
Yeah, they never changed the health bar, and then that
so
one
that's
laser.
Fine.
That just shows the power of the Vindicator.
When it rolls hot, damn Skippy.
Okay,
roll
so
356, 356 on any strength.
I mean, in theory,
No,
you're
please,
hitting on.
charge
You got
the
3
hell bar.
attacks,
Oh,
hitting and wounding on 3s.
Damn it,
You're gonna get 2 wounds through.
So funny.
He got
They
3
said
through
that
though.
His
His opponent did save one of them on his 33% chance, but the other 2 just come through for that flat 6. 5 into Dreadnoughts.
Sure.
It is disgusting.
Stormbolter will.
Alright, so he's firing into the Deathwing Knights, it looks like, with the second Vindicator Laser Destroyer. I'm so sorry, the screen is
they all hit. Strength.
I'll get better.
Probably following it normal here. Doesn't need to overcharge it.
Inner circle thingy, yes. 2 wounds of AP.
Alright. Those Knights
2
are...
AP4. So I'm going to be taking this on the guy outside cover.
2 wounds at AP gonna die.
There's a lot of guys, so...
You're fine.
Boxcar saves the day!
Javelin is alive, and he will shoot everything into his crack missiles.
Show me the explosion.
Multi-meltas, 2 shots.
Look at this beautiful missile racks.
Hits. Wounding on
Those are some beautiful missile racks.
2 wounds
And then the guy is sitting in front there with his multi-melta.
Like, don't mind me.
That goes straight through, and I'll just remove 2 of them.
Yeah,
Reminds me of some of the old War Gear loadouts you could do on the Legacy Land Raiders, where you could give them 2 multi-meltas apiece.
Ooh, and more hot rolls on this bike.
On
Yeah.
Oh!
5 ups.
Oh, but a
Alright,
counter
and
attack of successful saves. I cannot believe a world in which those Hellblasters just ate 3 crack missiles to the face and somehow saved 2. Yeah, the best AP value. AP, die. Please remove yourself from my presence. The best AP value, in my opinion, is the one that makes your opponent of interest only to historians.
Rivalries.
I love whenever I fire or use an AP higher than 3 weapon, I said AP better have an invuln save. Even AP3 is better have an invuln save a lot of the time.
Yeah, you're like, unless you're firing at like Lucius Scutari with AP3 damage 1, and you're like, alright, so it's AP minus 3, so you have your 2 up, like, because Bulwark and Cover and Lucius, and also Firepoint Telemetry, and also...
we see the Chaplain going in!
Wait,
those Hellblasters
what?
are going to be deleted!
Is he? Oh, because the Leviathan's not there anymore!
Yeah.
Honestly, he's sort of wasted on Hellblasters, but it's better than nothing.
It's going to force those Deathwing Knights to come into that instead of something else.
Yep.
And that's the kind of things you have to do here right now. Is you gotta force your enemy to swing into something else.
And to be fair, I don't know that this will matter, but the White Scars, as you said, has 2 CP, so if he saves that, he will have enough for a combat interrupt on his turn, in case the Deathwing charge, like with 2 units, and somehow kill something other than the Chaplain first. That Chaplain can interrupt and go with the 2 CP that he has preserved.
If you look over at the back objective, we see a Space Marine subject taking a nap.
Sorry, this is Purple Librarian. White Librarian will charge.
Oh my goodness, did you see that Librarian just hit an 11?
Oh yeah, he is going places. He is feeling the wind.
That's going to be, we won't bother them about it, but that is indeed a slightly illegal move. That is not how jump packs work in 9th edition. You are not allowed to ignore cover in the charge phase, you're not allowed to ignore walls in the charge phase, right?
6.
These are breachable, though.
Oh, they are breachable, Dragon Queen. Okay, great. Then none of
yeah,
that,
so he's
none of
ignoring the
that
models.
matters.
He's flying
None of
through
that
the
matters.
non-existent window.
Yeah, exactly.
Or in this case, he's probably flying straight through the wall with his Ceramite-covered jump pack. Just come through the ceiling.
Yeah, that's enough. It would be extremely funny.
I love the idea that his Chaplain just rolled basically Snake Eyes for the charge, but he's like, it's fine.
It's fine. I got plus 3 to charge.
I was 1.1 with plus 2 to charge. Yeah, exactly. So I could have not rolled dice and made it into combat.
Fury, so he's strength 6. He cut off Mantra of Strength. So
oh yeah, wait, listen right now.
He has got the Librarian buff, so he's strength 8.
the Librarian for Might of Heroes!
Plus 1 attack with Chakra, so it's 1 from Mantra, it's 5, 1 from Might of Heroes, that's 6, I believe.
And then Chagorian Storm. Yeah.
And then plus D3 from Chagorian Storm.
Right, that's Warlord trait. 3 from Chagorian Storm.
It's
So
9 attacks!
This is actually going to be awful, isn't it?
Is 9 correct?
Oh, goodness, gross.
Yes, I believe so.
Sorry about that.
These Space Marines have so many attacks?
I inhaled way too hard on that.
He did not get
Took
the
in some
mantra,
spittle.
he did not get the Canticle of Reroll. So he only has 2s.
Oh,
And
loses
then
2
on
1s.
2s.
Oh, disgusting!
These are all at AP, not very high.
It's AP minus
minus
2!
2, so 5 ups.
You kill 4 of them! And that's an
Man.
amazing saves!
How much damage?
4,
yeah.
I think?
Flat 4 damage.
Assault Doctrine, so how much damage?
Yeah, it's Benediction of Fury, that's damage free, plus 1 from Mantra of Strength.
Gotcha. Okay, if it 5...
Damage 4, because damage 5 would be in Assault Doctrine.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, did they make any Immortals? There were only 6 of them, 2 wounds. I want 1 6 to wound. So it's
Looks like
1/6
his opponent
wound,
might
so
attempt
also
to
a
feel more
mortal
pain.
after us resolving everything else.
Fine.
So 4 Hellblasters die. Let's see if he pulls the
you know
Sergeant.
what? Fine. 4 damage, maybe I roll 3 Feel No Pains.
Centurions did.
Oh, that's right. He's got the Apothecary. Let's see if he hits some insane 6s right now. Nope, dead.
Nope.
Nice.
Maybe.
Dead number
Nope.
1. Dead number 2.
Nice. Third guy.
Dead
Nope.
number 3.
He's
Getting hot with those
fine.
6s though. He got a 6 on every single block there, but
If
a
only
guy
that was how
died
that
every
worked.
time.
If only that. Oh, but he does
Alright,
get 1
keeping
6
Sergeant.
for the single Sergeant. Right. Exactly.
Interrogator
Yeah.
Chaplain's got... He doesn't have much bashy stuff, right?
Yeah, and so this is what that Chaplain does, by the way, without being able to get the old OP White Scars combo of Litany of Hate and the White Scars unique litany, which when combined was reroll all of your dice. Reroll all hits and reroll all wounds in close combat. So that plus 2 charge distance and an extra consolidate is great, but if he had been rerolling all failed wounds there, it actually wouldn't. I think it actually wouldn't have made a difference because he was wounding on 2s.
If I'm being real with you, I'd honestly rather you.
But
do
like
the
against,
assault
especially against light
Terminators, see if
vehicles
we're
and
regular
such,
actual spot, and I'm pretty sure they
it's
can
to die for.
anyway, as soon as we get to the Terminators.
All right, this
Yeah,
Chaplain's
I want
gonna die to
go- I
Deathwing
want to
Knights
run
though.
away
It feels
from
bad for him.
humans.
Let's see how Terminators do.
Fair enough, I suppose.
I mean, those are the trades we make. Kill the entire
Holy
squad of
glaive
Hellblasters.
Terminators.
On freeze, and then
Those
on
are double lightning claws, but
freeze 'cause it's
the glaive
plus
does
sword.
look very pretty.
Okay.
So free at 6s.
Sure.
D3 damage, the first is re-damage.
Oh, some of them have Thunderhammer Storm Shields.
Yeah,
It's been hard to tell which ones, but
Yeah, very. But
No,
the
the
Librarian
Paladin
was
is
going
one.
first with
It's
his
also-
Force stave anyway.
And
Or
then these
sword,
alternatives
excuse
will
me.
fight and probably short them also.
Yep.
Do you want to just remove them or should I roll?
I think he's saving the Terminators for last
Yeah, go on.
specifically so they can be used as a better screen
I
by
don't want to, like,
consolidating
deal
more
roll
towards the
mix
enemy.
Thunderhammers and lightning claws.
Yeah, they've decided to, and just
Yep.
for you viewers, they've decided to
would've
not
called in
roll
this
the Terminators because there's 3 Thunderhammer Terminators
Javelin
with a total of 12
Three
Thunderhammer attacks,
That's
hitting on
awesome.
3s, wounding on 2s, and auto killing
So he has
basically.
sixes like
So
everything
they
else.
just decided to remove those.
Oh, it hits on
spells.
freeze. What the fuck? Okay. And it wounds on
Alright, so sorry, where are we now?
strength 4, so it wounds on 4s. Okay, so 2
We are
wounds.
still fight phase of round
Zero.
2 on turn 1.
Ah, the attack bike charged the Hellblasters dragon.
Also, your help
Gotta
us
keep
Or
them
sorry,
from
not the
shooting
attack
your
bike, the
bike.
attack speeder.
from benediction.
It's a bike. It's a hover bike for 2 people.
Okay.
So I'll just feel no pain that real
I think the goal is that this thing's harder to kill in the melee than the Marines.
quick.
Yeah.
So that stopping those Hellblasters from shooting, and it plinked a wound into one in the melee.
Dude, It punch!
Six
It's
attacks.
They're not
deadly and
punching.
powerful.
They're just playing run the guy over.
Please do not
Let's see,
punch
but right, you know, Space Marines are no slouch in combat. So let's watch these
the
dice
Great
drops real
Crusade.
quick. No, okay, and he doesn't quite get enough.
Hitting on 3s, wounding on 5, saving on a 3-up. I don't see too much happening there.
No, indeed.
The speeder, though, is wounding you on 4s and melee. It's strength 4 for some reason.
Yeah, that doesn't, yeah, I don't know.
I guess that means the
Don't you
Marines
think
inside are hitting you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't you think it should be strength 6 because they're literally
5
running
at
you
the
over
bare
with
minimum.
the speeder?
Let's see.
Yeah, it should be 5. You should just be running people over with your speeder.
It's the Marines though. They're good. They're good little Emperor's boys, so they don't want to scuff the paint job on the.
Drive me closer. I want to
attack
hit them with my chainsword.
It does not. We're fine.
Those
And
guys
these guys can fail on something.
Alright.
on 5s and 6s because the sergeant's not performed.
Yeah, the guys driving that attack speeder are laughing their asses off doing this, as is White Scar's tradition. Yeah, 100%.
Alright, so command phase. This is where things get messy, because as it turns out, the meme secondary quickly proved to be a meme. Naturally, we're going to be in Tactical Doctrine.
Alright, so Dark Angel's entering Tactical Doctrine.
Chapter Master reroll.
They do that round start, though. Not command start.
That's true.
And it's not like they have a choice to enter Tactical Doctrine.
It has to be that he's just remembering now.
Yeah.
Well, if I make a 12-inch charge, sure.
And both of them took their we didn't fall back 1 point for Oath of Moment.
Oh, also I think it's called overrun.
They still fall back.
Oh, ended my command phase.
Only plow forwards.
Chapter Master is going to throw command.
We are starting to get surround them points, though. Which is quite nice.
Oh, yes, because the White Scars hold both of their objectives, and they hold
the White
enemy
Scars,
objectives.
Yeah.
No, but
White
isn't
Scars
it
should have got 4
phase?
victory points from that. Yeah, it's in the command phase.
So so he won't score until next turn.
Off.
Although, if he keeps the enemy outside of 9 inches of that back objective there, he could take it as the last tactical squad on next turn and drop them in.
Canticle is +2 to charge, pile in, etc.
Alright, so the +2 to charge, pile in, and consolidate Canticle goes off. Or not Canticle,
movement.
Recitation goes off for the chaplain. Yeah, so what do we think we're going to see here?
It's not a fallback, Dr. Morg, technically.
Dr. Morg is correct, though. That section of Oath of Moment stipulates you must not fail a morale test or fall back. But it is correct that the White Scars only has 1 point for Oath of Moment because they failed it the first turn, but then they just... Oh, I see. No, they couldn't.
It's got from the vehicle kill.
Oh, it comes from the vehicle kill. Well said, Dragon. Well said. That means they would ideally be killing a character here, huh?
Yeah, that's their goal now for that, is try to get the character kills.
Helm Blaster is going to stand still.
See, my opinion here as Deathwing, your path to victory is to spread out as much as necessary and simultaneously as little as possible to hold the center 2 objectives, and you just, in my opinion, need to threaten. And I won't draw lines here to avoid giving anything away. But for you viewers, the top left or bottom left objective on this screen being threatened by a big unit of Deathwing Knights and a Dark Angels Interrogator Chaplain is what, in my opinion, the Dark Angels needs.
Oh, we see the Apothecary reviving a Hellblaster.
Now I have to decide how to salvage this game with deep strikes.
Yeah, and you're hearing Ash say right now, I'm gonna attempt to salvage this game with some key deep strikes. So we'll have to see how well it goes.
Over here.
Yeah,
No, there's no too much space back there.
The Vindicator Laser Destroyer has left space. There is
just
a space
a little
for
bit,
the Terminators to fit. Not enough on the far side.
Board. But with the Vindicator, yes, it does effectively. question mark most certainly implied.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I might go. Yeah, I was gonna say I might go somewhere where I can influence that section of the board, but I'm not sure if that apothecary doesn't screen it all the way out. Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't screen it all the way out.
This, on the other hand, seems interesting.
Right? Like, if you can drop in there, that apothecary is a free target for lookout for heavy flamer, right? I dare not check if that apothecary is lookout, sir, from the Land Raider in case someone noticed.
Well, either way, I think the chaplain would be closer than the Land Raider, so you can shoot it anyways.
Oh god, these are change lists.
Yes, they are.
The apothecary would be closer than the Land Raider? Maybe.
Yeah.
Those Terminators might be closer.
Because that's the bigger
and
thing.
the
It's like,
command
if
squad
you are
is
closer to that
going
model, you can shoot it.
Yeah, but well, not just you have to be closer than the lookout, sir thing. You have to be closest to that model rather than all other models.
Oh, yeah.
Non-characters. So that's why I'm saying
right down over here.
if they're
in this
deploying
tiny
9
corner,
inches away from the Terminators and 9
and
inches
they're
away
going
from
to
the Apothecary,
Octavius
by very
now.
definition, the second rank is going to be closer to the Terminators than they are to the Apothecary.
Alright.
Oh, definitely. It's
So
going to be a
that cannot be interrupted.
tricky
I'm
shot,
going to
for sure.
pop that up to 4.
Because those Terminators are probably just going to eat whatever you shoot at them.
Did you see where he brought down the 2 Terminators? Oh,
Then
Yeah,
bottom
that corner.
bottom.
He
corner.
probably wants to try to claim that
we get to the
objective.
fun phase.
I mean that makes perfect
So,
sense
shoot
to
it.
us,
Or
right?
might.
But like,
It's
yeah,
probably
if
more
he
likely
can
it has
tag,
to charge the Vindicator.
yeah, if he
there.
can tag the Vindicator.
Still gonna be saving on 2 no matter what, so I do not actually
Yeah.
Alright,
care.
I'm going to do me a bit of a
I mean,
bathroom break
this is
real
going to
quick.
be pretty
Alright,
funny, but
I got
So I'll
this.
be right back.
Just no. Just an apothecary.
Yep, he's just an
So
apoth.
two of them can
very
see
funny.
it.
Yep. So that's the sergeant with his harness, and that's the flamer guy. Everyone else is just gonna shoot into the thunder hammers because why not? So first of all, starting off with those 12.
Yeah, so
There's,
again, those Terminators look to be
That's
a little
correct.
bit illegally deployed, but
I held 2, but not more than you, so that's gonna be 10. I've absolutely no clue how I'm.
Oh, did they hold? Did they get stranglehold at the end of my turn? I think I did.
the players are adjusting their score. Let's see what
One,
they're.
2,
3 or
three,
more
4.
objective markers. So that's 1, 2, 3. So yes.
And I held this one here as well as I.
Yeah.
So I do get stranglehold.
Oh boy.
Once. It's around edit my conditions.
4s. Okay, make your 1-2 up save on those Terminators. Cool.
Good.
Good talk. Alright, heavy flamer number of shots in your apothecary.
Sad single shot on Heavy Flamer. Does
Okay,
wound.
8 minus 1.
Fails the save. He's gonna
Okay.
get plinked down. Plunk. 25% of his HP
Alrighty.
gone.
Stormbolter and the sergeant. Cool. AP minus 1.
Alright, and the Apothecary makes
He's
that
fine.
save at AP minus 1.
Grenade harness number of
Oh.
shots.
Yeah, okay, Grenade Harness. Alright.
Grenade harness is not one use only anymore.
Nope. And that's AP minus 2. Okay, so he's down to 2 health.
Hey, come on.
There's drama
Stick
here,
that
Creeper.
shot.
How could it not be dramatic?
These Hellblasters are going to shoot your chaplain.
Okay.
If
They
you
are
enjoy this drama and heightened
important.
storytelling, you can head on over to
That's
my
point.
Twitch channel,
So would-
twitch.tv/Glynisir, to enjoy some Dungeons and
2s,
Dragons
you're all.
heightened storytelling.
Wounding on 3s.
Ooh, that
AP
is
minus
a
5.
very solid wound roll here.
There is Tin Bone. Take a
3.
punch. Probably die.
Chaplain!
Charge, right?
Chaplain, you must
I
live
was
through
not
the plasma,
recording.
please!
Yep.
Will he
Interrogator
survive?
chaplain's going to shoot his bolt gun at you.
He's only on 1 wound. Come on, Chappie.
Excuse me. Yeah, A-1.
Oh!
Absolutely
Oh!
domed.
With a snake eye,
God.
Chaplain dies to plasma and boulder fire. He doesn't even get an ignoble end at the hands of the Deathwing
Let's
Knights.
see. By the way, did I score off moments?
Yes, you already.
Would I score off of moments?
I don't know
No,
what
you
they're
were not
asking
wholly
about now.
within
No, I
6
mean
inches.
not for that, but for killing a thing, killing a monster vehicle character.
Considering that
Oh, I killed
last
a-
turn you killed the... Yes.
Ah, yes,
Okay,
another
what else?
score
These
on Oath
Hellblasters
of
are going
Moment
to
for
shoot
killing
melee.
Leviathan
It's
Dread.
funny. And also because it lets me do that.
Overcharging window.
Woof.
Let's be real, this Vindicator is probably going to kill him next turn, so...
Oh my goodness!
Well, no,
The
actually,
Dark
that's
Angel's
so we're just
unique
gonna do this normally.
power! The Green Wing are gonna
Force.
fire in close combat!
Excuse me. Force.
And they fucking hit!
Cool. It's dead. Or actually, wait. Nope, it's got 1 wound left. Pain.
They didn't
Note to self,
overcharge.
always overcharge.
It has 1 wound. Oh my god, that javelin is absolutely crusading. How many points is that thing? Someone's got to tell me how many points this is. It doesn't show at the
These
top anymore.
Terminators are going to fire everything into the Vindicator, though.
Okay.
Alright, yeah.
So,
Terminators!
So just 20 bolters.
Let not the heretic suffer to live.
there's going to be 16 shots.
Okay. These
2
Terminators firing down range.
ones.
Oh, and he's used Fury of the
Sixes.
First to give them the bonus.
81, right?
Yep.
Corpse. Take a damage.
Sad turnout. Very sad at only 1 damage for the Terminators. There's a lot of potential there.
Now for the actually somewhat impactful part of this, which is going to be charging the land raid, the Deathwing Knights.
Yeah, this is what everyone came to see. Deathwing Knights.
Let's go! 5-inch
Deathwing
charge.
Knights. Yes, 8 inches. They're in.
Before you ask, it's 5-inch because of the Cantle of Hate. So we go a total of 10 if we want to. Let's see.
Wow, Orion, it's 135 points for that javelin. Well, I guess it's making its
8.
points back then. That's for sure.
And let's see. I have 2 more. Take this, and I'm going to go to that way. Fine.
So the goal here, in my opinion, for these knights is to be able to consolidate into that Vindicator Laser Destroyer. Enunciation is a skill.
Yeah. Okay.
Why not?
And with the additional bonus from consolidation,
What an
or 2 consolidation
absolute-
from the
wait.
Interrogator Chaplain.
No, that's an 8. That's an 8. And that is 1.3. 1 inch out. Oh well.
The Interrogator Chaplain
Chapter Master.
failed his charge?
So now the other important 9-inch charges.
Okay.
Which is going to be... Do I actually want to do this, though?
Yeah, with the Relic Terminators, I don't know that you want to go after those White Scars, Thunderhammer, Storm Shield guys.
Let's see.
Like, your Terminators have Chain Fists, friend. That's not...
Storm
You
Shields.
don't even kill them outright. You have to roll the frickin' D3 to see if you kill him, and then you have to high roll.
What I really want to do is just charge the Apothecary. So why not?
Alright, let's see if he can pull this off. He needs a 9, 10, 11, or 12 here on 2d6.
And I'll just make you come to me by where all the Deathwing Knights are.
Right.
Oh.
Nope, that's another 8.
It's just not close enough.
Alright.
+1, guys. It's a pretty good ability if you had it.
Yep. Anyway, we've got +3 inches to pile in because
Yeah, I definitely agree, Dr. Morg. You
6
need the
inches.
OBSEC on
So
point.
we still including this. We are for some reason. So the Knight Master is just going to tag you. And 3 inches horizontally.
Look at these knights. Look at these guys
Go to
moving down.
there.
He's like not even worried about killing
Tag
the Land
him
Raider.
as
It
well.
doesn't matter. He's just getting on OMSEC and gonna tag all of these Space Marines with Deathwing Knights. Did Deathwing have the you can't fall back strategy?
And then more guys are just going to kind of
2+ you can't fall back from Deathwing? Is that right? I know the Deathwing can't fall back, but I thought there was like a you can't escape us thing.
If I do this, cool. Yeah, bring this guy slightly farther back, and now we have OBSEC. Cool. All right. 12 hammer attacks on the Land Raider first. I am not going to try and apologize.
Deathwing in general of Inner Circle, no, but what I'm just realizing, guys, is that this...
Twos.
Holy moly. This Dark Angels list
And
isn't a
wait.
Deathwing Vanguard,
So
so they
12.
don't actually get the OBSEC on the
9.
Terminators baseline.
Oh,
Very
Yep.
unfortunate
I'm
for
just
them.
gonna drop 3 of these. Fuck it. And 4. Okay. AP -2, 3 damage.
4 ups. And that's
So the Land
16,
Raider is
so-
going to take 6 damage.
Yep. Right. Then over on this side, I guess you can just attack with the javelin if you want. Anything
2
else?
attacks, did not charge,
Hit both!
freeze.
Oh, Sag.
Alright, then 4 attacks back from the Hellblasters.
But he does have Rights of War on the Interrogator Chaplain.
Spare if they die.
So as long as they're within 6, they do have OBSEC anyway.
Oh,
Agony.
Woof. So if what you guys didn't just see
And
there,
then,
that was the,
okay.
excuse me, Hellblasters attacking back in
Indicator
combat and
and
failing
Land
to deal
punch
just
you.
1
Land Raider,
damage to the
Land Raider
Chaplain.
doesn't have adamantium tracks anymore?
It does not.
Lame. Okay, 9 attack roll on 6s.
9 attacks with Land Raider on 6s.
1. And
Oh,
moving on
from
4,
both vehicles.
and
Both
make it
vehicles are the same profile. Wait, isn't the Land Raider
Yep,
toughness
there
8? It doesn't matter. They're Deathwing Terminators. Oh, sorry, Strength 8. Doesn't matter. They're Deathwing Terminators.
Okay, I guess that's it.
Yep. Unless you want to attack with the tacticals, I'm assuming you don't.
No. The tacticals aren't... Did you want to pile into them?
What do
Actually, I
you
don't... Oh, which tax? Which tax? Are you piling or consolidating into the tax?
It looks like they're out of...
do you mean?
You can split
They-
a squad
they're
via piling
already
like that, and
down
in fact, sometimes
3
your
inches
squad gets
horizontally.
killed because they get dragged out of
Can you
coherency
one inch?
by your opponent's well-placed models. That's certainly something, as the Tau Empire, that I learned many a time. Was like, well, if I place my drones at like an equidistant
Yeah,
away
I'm
from the
actually
charging
just an
point,
idiot.
when the back half of the orc unit has to like pile in, they get sucked towards the like drones they didn't charge instead of being able to pile in more towards a Riptide or a Ghost Kill or a
I mean,
Broadside.
it doesn't matter because I have all of my auras up, so I can just walk into this wall.
Yep. So you have 6-inch consolidate.
It's a 6-inch consolidate. Sometimes you forget these things.
Only thing I really need to care about is coherency here, so.
Yeah, but you should be able to do that. Got it.
2 inches is going to bring this guy out here.
So yeah, they're just doing a little
I'm
bit of
gonna one-guided
consolidation.
attack.
Dr. Moore, you cannot split a unit like that. They need to stay in coherency at
Extra
all
attacks.
times.
Two
Wait,
hits on
sorry,
freeze,
Dragon Queen, what are you saying?
and one-
Dr. Moore said it looks like something was out of coherency on a charge, that they're splitting up their
One
models
second,
very
let's figure
far.
out.
Oh, yes, no, it actually is perfectly correct. You can't do it if you do it wrong, but if you do it beautifully, like Ash is doing it, then you can. As long as everyone's within 2 inches of one other model and appropriately in the correct engagement ranges, then everything is hunky-dory.
Any way to set 6.2? I would like we go.
So right, he wants.
And there we go.
He wants 5.9, 1.9, 1.9, 1.8, 1.6. There you go. That's how you do it.
Yep, and it only works because the unit is
out.
under 5 models.
Alright.
Yes, that is a key thing to know.
I'll just put it on the Nightmaster because I actually do not care about him.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, someone's killing a
Alright,
sergeant.
And assume you
It's always wrong.
morale in any way, shape, or form. So
Lose out on that extra attack and lose out on that extra morale.
I get one for oaths. Surrounded. I still hold my objective. Your objective.
See these score updates.
4 points. Surrounded. Did they get? Okay, I think it's going to hold the first turn. Now, still hold more, I think. And command phase. Oh, Chaplain's dead. It skips command phase.
Sad.
Now, my Apothecary is the one with the super fast movement, so that's kind of annoying.
Okay.
Indicator is going to move right. And
So White Scars just need to lock in this lead right now. Wait, is that Vindicator moving into combat with those? I don't... It's gonna move block them. They can't get out from behind it. Oh my god. They're actually gonna be stuck in the corner.
that would be my Chaplain.
So, if you guys aren't aware here, the way the engagement range and movement rules work is you cannot pass within 1 inch of another model unless that is during a charge, pile-in, or consolidate move, which means that these Deathwing Terminators that deep struck in the corner here are now actually trapped here during the follow-up movement phase. They cannot move to move forward because they are going to be stuck behind the engagement range of this Vindicator Laser Destroyer. I wanted to measure 1 from it, but it's not working.
Yeah. It's way too fat.
There you go. This is you can see the bubble. Look on the Terminators. There's no way how do they fit?
They can't. They are stuck there.
They're stuck there. But I mean, like they both have Thunderhammers, so this is not to distinguish, not to besmirch the great name of the Deathwing. This is absolutely 8 attacks hitting on 4s, wounding on 3s, AP minus.
I'm assuming one of them is going to die to shooting next turn.
Oh, and Deathwing Special Doctrine, since it has more than 9 wounds, they get to reroll all failed wound rolls, right?
So I'm still on the objective.
Something like that.
Maybe that's the Deathwing stratagem. I will look it up.
Okay, now onto this giant castle of shit. I'll advance the Terminators. Also, sorry, Assault Doctrine.
Yeah, that's that man needed to remember his fucking
they
doctrines right there. He
Two
did.
of the Plains Runners. They go.
Space
10.
Marine players.
Where is it? Assault Doctrine. Inner Circle. Yeah, you can't fall back. Transhuman. I thought the special.
Sorry, only about 9. I can't count.
No, I thought the Dark Angel's bonus was in Devastator.
No, that's the thing. Dark Angels have a different bonus for Devastator, Tactical, and Assault, depending on which wing of the Angels you are from. The Super Doctrine for Raven Wing occurs in Devastator. The Super Doctrine for the Green Wing occurs in Tactical, and the Super Doctrine for the Death Wing occurs in the Assault Doctrine. So that's where I'm like, where I gotta find this. Is it in Detachment Rules? Dark Angels Detachment Rules. Sons of the Lion, the First Company.
Gizmo this out of the way.
When a Deathwing unit makes a melee attack against a character or any unit that contains a model with a wound characteristic of 9 or more, you may reroll all wound rolls for those attacks. So yeah, the Thunderhammers only hit on 4s, but if any of them get 1s or 2s to wound, they are re-rolling that shit against that Vindicator Laser Destroyer. So it may be asserting its dominance, but only in the sense that it's saying, kill us first. We demand,
Oh,
in
yeah.
fact, that you kill us first.
That is denying some good secondaries, and potentially even getting onto that objective, so...
And that, I think, is game deciding, right? You can
Oh, yeah.
only give up 15 on primary to a
I'll carry
0
these
primary in a single turn of a game. Otherwise,
Yes, +2 to
you're
advance
basically out
still
of it.
from the previous phase, previous turn.
Oh, yeah.
So he goes 11 plus 2 is 13.
How many
Yep.
objective holding units do the White Scars still have?
All of them.
Can you draw what the distance is from
They
this
have
guy to your
3
Terminators
of
is?
the 4 jump
They
pack
have-
characters. They have all 3 of 3 tactical squads. One has even deep struck or outflanked. Sorry, it wasn't a deep strike, right? It was an outflank.
It's technically a deep strike.
It is okay because I noticed they came into the deployment zone and I was
Yeah.
like, I'm not sure you can do that if it's an outflank.
It's post-turn 1 that you can do that. So...
Well, you can never bring in strategic reserves
Or
from
was
your
it-
opponent's board edge, so that's
It might have
why I
been a
was-
White Scar special.
Right, so that's why I was assuming it's some White Scars special thing that says, do White Scars shit. You came from around the back. The good old outflank, as those who played in third, fourth, and fifth edition may know the universal special outflank. So with that taken stock, I don't see how there's enough. I don't see how there can possibly be enough Deathwing to out OBSEC. Like it doesn't.
Good question.
That's gonna be the problem here.
Combat.
Right?
You just get out obsect. You just need to try to figure out what you can do to chase the enemy off at that point.
There's not. Well, the Deathwing,
you're-
like I said, we're going to commit to the center too, and then they needed to force the 2 on the left, the top left and bottom left. I think they failed to do that, Dragon.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because if that Vindicator pops one of those Terminators, it definitely lives to the next round.
Yeah, well seen. Yep. Like right. We said the 4 attack. We said 8 attacks, but like hitting on 4s. So I don't know. Is he gonna spend 1 on Fury the First to get him to hit on 3s? I don't. The number of times I've been like, ah yes, my Smash Captain that hits on 2s with Teeth of Terra and he's White Scars, so it's a 3 damage Teeth of Terra and blah blah blah. Here's my 9 attacks. I rolled 6 1s, so those all miss. Like I do nothing and die.
Oh yeah.
The only old school outflank I know, Dr. Morg says, involves tactical genius Lord Castellan Usarker E. Creed. Dude, he's out there. Trajan saved him, I swear. He's not dead.
You guys are staying still. You came in from reserves. Psychic phase. Purple Librarian is going to cast Blast.
How loud is that for you?
On your
How loud is what?
Okay, good.
Your crisp audio suppression is doing God's work somewhere.
They can advance and they have subtract d6 when they charge. And then he is going to pass.
So the Purple Librarian just acted a very rarely useful, but when it is, incredibly useful psychic power called Blasting Gale. So you select one enemy unit within 18 inches of the Psyker, and that unit, if it goes off, can't advance and charges a single d6 instead of 2 d6.
That definitely is going to screw those Relic Terminators over.
Right, so specifically those Relic Terminators, which needed to contest that top left objective for him, now just have to stand there and die.
That's an 8.
Because they can't advance! So they literally cannot get onto the objective except by charging. And in fact, because of the way charge distances worked, they can't charge either. They will
That's
be
so funny.
They will be 1 inch out of the charge range that they are
That's
maximally
one way to score your
able to make
objective
it.
for an extra turn.
Right?
No, he's going to cast on
Goodness gracious.
Dude, Hero of the Lightning.
Like I said, like so rarely useful. You're like, oh yeah, that
He'll
you're
cast
that
on
one
this
unit
dude.
of yours, like I can't advance and charge. What are you gonna do?
Sorry, is it?
But
Is it target?
very very good.
I guess the Terminators will just have to choose to shoot that Librarian to death instead.
Right. I guess I'm just thinking like if you use that power on Dark Eldar,
5, I don't think it goes
what?
off.
I don't care. They're like that's fine.
So it doesn't go off.
Here's my
That's
9
fine,
inch.
I have a 5 million inch movement.
Yeah, exactly. And then, oh right, I get to reroll all the charge rolls, so it doesn't matter that it's 1d6 because
Vindicator Laser Destroyer.
I'm gonna get an 8 on it, and I'm 1 inch away from you.
I'm
I'm gonna get an 8 on this single d6 because I'm Dark Eldar.
Overcharging.
Oh, we see some shots going to the back Terminators.
Yes, this is the Vindicator Laser Destroyer.
One miss.
2 hit.
And then
2
winning on
hits.
force.
Oh, and
Wounds.
no wounds because of that transhuman.
Marines are going to shoot the Terminators.
Mm-hmm.
That's like...
I would question
Unlucky.
those Marines. I'm sorry, but I have to question, do these
Shots?
Marines have line of sight to those Terminators? Yes, they ascended to the top floor. Tactical geniuses these tactical Marines are.
Or they...
I mean, they've just been chilling there for the past 2 turns, pretty much, so.
They're fine.
In early 9th, when White Scars was very meta,
Vindicator
Orion
is going to-
says, I ran Blasting
I
Gale in
forgot
my
to
White
roll
Scars
Star
list
Bolters
specifically
here.
for the mirror match.
Um,
That makes perfect sense to me, right? Because in
Nice.
early 9th, it was Blade Guard coming out of an Impulsor
2 at AP0.
with their crazy disembark shenanigans, chicanery.
They're fine.
Now,
Right,
the other
exactly, Orion. Watching
Vindicator
Blade
is
Guard
going
not
to
being
shoot
able to
the
advance
Deathwing
or get anywhere with their charge in the
shots.
mirror was glorious.
Knight. Hitting on force this time. And overcharge, obviously. And on force. 1 on your invul.
And this is on which squad?
Oh crap, can I fall back of the orange squad? I forgot to do that.
And since we are already in shooting, we went through psychic, etc. No.
Okay, sure.
Which squad is this?
Deathwing Knights.
Gotcha. Nope. I am going to.
Yeah, and you gotta
reroll
respect
that.
when you've advanced through a series of phases.
Okay. Land Raider.
It's up to your opponent whether or not
Storm
you get to go
Bolters.
back and make a move like that. And in this
on
case,
freeze because it's
Ash
not
has
heavy,
decided to disallow it.
and then on force.
I think that makes perfect sense.
Oh, definitely.
Nightmaster takes another wound.
Land Raider will shoot heavy bolters first. 6 shots. Hitting on force, and then winning you on force. AP 1.
Okay, 2 ups. Naturally.
Yeah, that's what you get for putting
And
him on
now
the Master.
it's last cannons. Or
Yeah,
last
and
cannon
watch
shots.
these las cannons absolutely
Force.
remove all of these Deathwing.
Then on force again.
Oh, yeah. 2 of them go through.
Oh, he actually
wound.
hits the storm saves. He actually hits
yeah.
the storm shield saves. Wow, they both stay up.
Go back. Shot.
So yeah, then the Space Marines over here are going to be doing
Charge phase.
jack all.
Raise rivalries. And these guys will charge your Help Blasters.
Fun to think about, that Land Raider is running you over for 2 damage
6.
apiece.
Again.
Why is it 2 Oh my god, it's White Scars.
If it goes through, it's doing extra damage.
Yes, and Orion says perfectly legit, but also don't expect
Next
to get the
turn
same
is
courtesy
going
if you
to
forget
be
something and you
Assault
play that kind of
Terminator.
game. And
Oh, yeah.
in a matter of fact,
Carry
Orion, that
Blasters.
is why my instinct is always to let my opponent go back any number of phases,
Apothecary?
whatever it is,
Yep.
for a move like that.
Go ahead.
Where I know he wouldn't have done anything different in the psychic or shooting phase if he had fallen those Space Marines back. It wasn't going to change any of his plans, whether he remembered to make the move or not, right? So
It doesn't matter. It's a 5-inch charge.
I know that I, as a player, tend to make very similar mistakes to that. Like, where I'll say, and I'm going to fall back with these guys, and then I forget to do the actual move. And so I'll go be like, hey, you know how I said I was going to fall, I said I was going to fall back, right, with these guys, and then I just forgot to do it. I even, mentioned how I was going to shoot at them with these other models. Like, I just didn't do, right? Right? Yeah, right, Creeper?
know
It's okay the
why
first
this
time,
is
but I'll call you out later.
Has it happened
Yeah,
to you?
exactly. Especially annoying, right, if you're making repeated the same mistakes.
These guys will.
Well, Dr.
Chap
Morg,
one
actually,
and your
in the
Help
list
Blasters.
I've been playing currently, Adeptus Mechanicus, you end up having such a long command phase that you can, okay, this unit I'm going to give the fall back and shoot buff, and then by the time the movement phase comes around, you forget that you're, supposed to be falling back with that squad.
Okay, I think we see a Interrogator Chaplain dying here.
Yeah, these Lightning Claw
Vindicator will
Thunderhammer
charge
Storm
your
Shield
Deathwing.
White Claw Terminator, White Scar's Terminators are going to use these claws, and they're going to absolutely dice up all of these Hellblasters.
This Vindicator is not
Oh, yeah.
anybody.
I see them charging around. We might
Just
see them go for the Terminators over on the objective
fight
next
phase.
turn.
I will activate the...
I, if at all possible,
Activate
like to
missile
play
Mm-hmm.
a perfect gentleman's game of 40k when I can, such that you know, like my opponent is remembering all his rerolls and special rules and not forgetting to use some stratagem or the other that would revolutionize his gameplay.
Gets hard sometimes.
Indeed, it does. I think I've come up from the local gaming leagues where I've been playing, where people forget their rules so often that they forget stuff where they just lose the game because they don't remember it, because they don't remember to do like here's a great actually example of professional like content creators. No, they're not using a clock here, Creeper. This is this is a show match as opposed to an actual playoff match. These are two shenanigans lists, as I might call them.
Because you might have heroes into your
I don't know. You might call them shenanigans. I call them working as intended.
Yeah, exactly. Old Forge World stuff working as intended. But so there was a game on Tabletop Titans, I think, recently. Tabletop Tactics, one of those lads. Where one of the players was playing Thousand Suns and the other was playing Grey Knights. And the Thousand Suns player, as he smote away at the Grey Knights 17 times for 48 mortal wounds, had to keep reminding the Grey Knights player, you have a 5+ save against mortal wounds. Don't forget your 5+ mortal wound defense. Don't forget the Aegis against mortal wounds. And that's the kind of person I aspire to be, right? Like, I want to win because I won, not because you forgot a rule.
I do that too to my enemies if I know they're... I've played games at my locals where I swear I know my enemy's codex better on memory than they know their own. And it's painful to sit there and fight a guy that says, yeah, I played Space Marines in 6th edition. I'm like, okay. And then I just know their codex better, and then I keep reminding them on rules, on doctrines and stuff. It's like...
Well, it was absolutely one of the... one of the slide bars in the 40k hobby. How much do you tolerate other people's like lack of rules, and how much do you assist? I think especially in a competitive tournament, it should be much more on the not needing to tolerate people not knowing their rules.
Oh, yeah, when I went to a comp tournament, there was only one person I helped out with the rules, and that's because their codex came out that exact same day. That was the Orc Codex.
That's very nice of you. Oof. Yeah,
everyone
this
else
interrogator chaplain is not looking good, Dragon.
Possible. Oh yeah, he's looking very dead.
Ah.
Yeah.
And they're 2 damage each.
Yeah, they're 2 damage each, so that's 8 damage to that interrogator chaplain, right?
Yes, damage, and he is very dead. He made 2 saves, but yeah.
Not going to be enough.
I think the funniest thing that happened in that tournament was the one guy was playing Necrons, and he forgot that the Nightbringer only takes like 3 damage a turn.
Yeah, why are you playing Necrons? Like, get out of my tournament. I don't... That's not... You...
It was a 1,000 point tournament as well. It was a small local tournament. It was an 8-man tournament. 3 people showed up, and all 3 of them had Nightbringers in their list.
That's the feel where those are the new players. We must nurture them. You know, they bought like the Indomitus box plus Nightbringer, and they're just using the Necron half, and they're like, please,
God damn it!
I want to play.
Oh, that's what it is.
Wow, the apothecary goes down there actually to a return attack from the single Deathwing apothecary.
Oh yeah, I would not have piled into that apothecary, but it happened. You got smashed down. It happens, I guess.
These are fucking
let's
Marines,
see
that's only 11 attacks.
What objectives are White Scar's friend reasonably holding here?
All of them on the center, all of them on the edges. Every quarter objective is White.
Into next turn.
Recently holding in the next turn. Definitely top left. Definitely top right. Bottom. Both bottoms are probably going to be held. both tops are going to be held. He's going to hold all of the primary objectives.
Yeah. No, and so let's run through it for him, Dragon Queen. Let's explain, right? Why? So over here, with the land speeder and the Space Marines at maximal distance from these relic Terminators, it is unlikely that those Terminators are able to...
we see the Consolidate getting them out of line of sight as well.
Oh my good lord, disgusting. Those relic Terminators, even if they can move over
these
towards
relic Terminators,
here,
impossible charge to go and check into that objective.
Right?
I think that's a nearly impossible charge to get into the Land Raider as well.
No, you're not charge my apothecary.
Yeah, indeed. Nearly impossible. They would have to roll a 6 on their single d6 for their charge to get into the Land Raider. And that
Literally
charge is
impossible to go
actually impossible, yeah.
The quarters are held and controlled. It is disgusting to see.
Which specifically, if we remember, Stranglehold means that if the White Scars keeps this, he's going to score 8 victory points on Surround Them, jump to an uncatchable lead.
At least these two.
Oh yeah,
here.
it's...
Are those fan vets at the top right with the speeder? No, actually, they're outflanking tactical Marines. A 90-point, no bonuses, regular tactical Marine squad came in here and dealt with a bunch of Hellblasters that were...
They charged it with their damage too, close combat weapons, and just
that's true.
Wiped them out.
Who needs a close combat weapon on your character sheet when you're White Scars and your tactical Marines are AP -1 damage too because of White Scars? Do you happen to know the specific name for the White Scars Super Doctrine Dragon? Because I'm gonna go get it.
After seeing as I am now directly under you.
Yep.
Because I want to know.
1, 2, 3 into the Land Raiders as usual. That's going to be 6 attacks. 2s.
Maybe someone in chat will know before.
Devastating charge.
Is it really?
White Scars fatal shock assaults, crashing into the enemy with overwhelming force. They are experts at using high-speed impact to drive their blades home with devastating force and decapitate their prey.
Holy moly!
Cool. Very good. And
yikes! That's the TBH. That's more than I needed. White Scars, like, coming on a little too strong. All right. I wonder if they just ran out of names for abilities, because that Outrider bonus attacks ability is also called Devastating Charge. So
it's quite possible. They just keep refreshing,
renaming things.
Yeah, who needs the Astartes Chainsword buff when your fists are already AP 1 damage too?
Yeah, right. Like, yep.
3-inch objective sphere.
I punch.
Toss more guys.
Just a freaking random White Scar just comes strutting and just punches straight through the chest plate of your Ceramite armor.
My headcanon, to be honest, is that on this desert planet, right, those White Scars had, like, the camo netting, and they were actually just waiting back here, like, laying flat, just like they're in the Marines, like, coma state while they just wait for their moment, and then the sergeant gets pinged and they just erupt out of the sand and fucking charge the Hellblasters and murder them.
I mean, close combat weapons can be pretty much anything. For all we know, they just picked up some big rocks and just bludgeoned their enemy to death.
I mean, ever since they gave all Tau units technically a melee close combat weapon, I just like the idea that the Tau just fucking bludgeon you with the butt of their gun. They're like... they're just holding it by the barrel because they don't know how to swing in melee. Yeah, what do we... It's... Lunge! And they do lunges forward and try and spear you with the
like they saw the guardsmen do.
Yeah, they're the guys that got outflanked. They're ready for encirclement.
So, there's that. Alright, so over to my turn.
Okay.
I think I scored Stranglehold.
It's quite an interesting moment to see that you just give up the middle ground almost completely.
I mean,
it looks like the Land Raider got bombed.
Right?
It's not like we needed it at that point.
10 for me. Cool.
The way that the Deathwing were always going to play meant that they were going to Oath of Moment into the middle of the battlefield with Deathwing Knights. and that was how they were going to bully out their score while they stubborn defiance on their home objective.
Wait, secondary.
Oh,
But
yeah.
stubborn defiance got robbed. Like, he got robbed of stubborn defiance by
This is blasting
the
you,
White
right?
Scars
Yes.
sweeping assault on both flanks. Both flanks.
Alright, so I'm gonna have to shoot you off of that objective.
Let's check here.
Oh yeah, it's been a
38.
very brutal game so
Yeah,
far.
Stubborn defiance for 0 is absolutely hurtful.
And surround them is going to go up to 12 next turn unless something can miraculously die out in the corners, but it's looking next to impossible for that to happen.
Yeah, guardsmen have bayonets, especially Catachans. Dude, I can't wait till Catachans become White Scars in the new Guard Codex. Like, that's what my body fucking needs.
Chapter Master
Is
Bold of you to assume that Tau know what a bayonet is, my friend.
Yeah, Tau, we don't have bayonets. TBH, the fact that Tau don't just get to shoot in combat at ballistic skill -1 as an army-wide rule, kinda dumb. Should definitely
come
just be able to
on.
be like, in the fight phase, I'm gonna activate my guns!
Come on, they have that thing called the bonding knife ritual. They clearly know what a knife is. They probably don't know how to cut other people with them at that point, I guess.
I don't know why I always thought this, but in the old Tau Codex, they had a bonding knife picture, and it was like a picture of one Tau warrior.
Are advancing?
That's wrong. I mean, it's happening, but it's not correct. There's no.
Judging by their movement, they have to be advancing, right?
Yeah.
One guy.
He rolled a 6 to advance.
They're going 11.
So they're going 11, right? But like, what he's.
Yes. We're not playing Horus Heresy anymore, are we?
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing actually. TBH.
You get all the benefit move without any of the benefits of you get to keep a 5 of invul and not your 6-inch move.
How even was this before?
Horus Heresy, sorry. That's the joke they're making, is that the Terminators lost a pip of movement from Horus Heresy to modern 40k.
We'll assume it's not.
Yeah, the Cadra Fireblade literally has a sword, indeed, 100%. So, oh yeah, I was saying there's a picture of a bonding knife ritual, and it looks like one Tau is like stabbing the other in the heart.
So.
But actually what they're doing is carving the bonding knife tattoos into each other, which is also crazy as fuck, but like, how metal you are to be like, alright, here's the part where me and my friends carve each other up with this knife. Like, I thought you guys were like, chill, are you Khorne worshippers? Like, what's happening?
For the greater good, stabs each other.
Yeah.
This looks suspiciously like chaos.
And indeed, the person with the bonding knife, like, it used to matter. It used to matter who it was that had the fucking knife. So I guess they did away with all of that shenanigans.
I don't see the point of the bonding knife ritual making you immune to morale issues, though.
I mean, it was great in 3rd and 4th. It was literally just like, hey, Orion, there's no mind control, okay? There's no. Our entire race is not enslaved to a secondary alien race that's using us as like a sort of mob front.
Okay.
Because that's what the fascist Imperium says, and you can't believe them.
You see, in the glorious gene cult, everyone is free to do what they want.
Alright, so those Terminators moved over there. They are threatening that side, but are they in range of this objective? Nope.
Nope, not anymore. Going for the charge, it seems. Trying to go grab that objective.
But, yeah, okay. I'm like, but objectives, we need those.
We need to be scoring where we can. We need them to come to us. We shouldn't be going to them.
Especially the fact that you're moving away from the. I guess he just actually can't kill the Thunderhammer Lightning Claw Terminators.
So, I guess the idea is to try to get some distance, but like, they make distance. Their whole point is making distance.
Yeah, I don't understand how you're running from White Scars. Yes, and there is no war in Bossing Say, Orion, you understand perfectly.
2 AP nothing.
And
you know what happened to Jet?
it's just a storm bolter. Oh wait, no, sorry. He can't shoot anyway. He has a storm shield. The model just looks like it has a storm bolter. My bad.
Okay.
All right. Speaking
I don't know,
of
my
storm
friends and I
bolters, they are
workshopped
shooting
what the
from-
current rules for Overwatch are in like 3rd or 4th edition for the Tau Empire to buff them, because they were struggling unless you were using Fish of Fury to basically just like soft cheat, soft use the rules in a way where you're like, ah yes, my shooting unit, it is unchargeable.
Right, grenade harness number of shots. 1 shot. Wounds AP -1.
Alright, so we're going to look at the White Scars attempting to hold on to their stranglehold right now as they just stack up these victory points.
Last hit
Oh,
rolls.
definitely. It's
One.
a sight to
Okay,
see,
that hits.
honestly. It's
When you
beautiful.
score your whole turn and you don't even catch up to a
he's
head
laying
on
on
victory points, you know the end nears.
3 shots.
I think we're going to see a beautiful lead about to come up.
4 ups. FCP, I don't FCP.
It could be less of a lead if those Terminators fail their charge.
I mean, this is
So we did accomplish.
this is, as we said, it comes down to some deployment errors made by the Dark Angels that caused them to eat a
plausibly
very effective volley of first
leaves
turn
me
fire.
around to get back
And they've
into
been
this game.
bleeding
I just
out
need
losses from it
everything
ever since.
Oh yeah.
go
I think
White
definitely the
Leader.
White Scars could have done a bit more better
Said, since when
bullying
has that stopped me?
the watch here, but overall they've been doing a great job taking their lead where they
Archers.
saw it and just pushing it and
First of
pushing
all,
it and
the
pushing
chapter
it.
master is going to charge these guys.
And absolutely, you cannot stop with White Scars because, as we've seen, you ramp up
Within
into
7
turn
plays
3,
in.
and then your lack of durability starts to eat away at
Here,
you
substitutes.
in your turn 3, 4, 5, where, like we're watching right now, the only reason those
well,
tactical squads are all
Terminators
still alive is because they're
and
out of line of
C4
sight of the
7
dedicated
years.
Terminator shooting.
We do not
If
get.
there
I
were
don't know, those
windows-
Terminators are AP0 right now, so
They
They're
really
not
are,
doing
they're
too
AP
much.
0, huh? Heavy
Yeah.
Flamer, AP -1. Oh, the combi bolters are rapid fire too. So they're firing a lot of shots, but they are AP -1 only.
Okay.
no, AP0.
They
They're
should
Or sorry, they're
Oh,
all
are they
AP.
still
Sorry,
tactical?
yes, I meant that's what
Do
I
we
meant
know
to say.
if the
They're,
Dark
take them
Angels
off,
are
or-
tactical or
Yeah.
assault? It's hard to tell.
I believe that it is assault, but
We see the Dark
One or two
Angels
on the
moving
objective.
back onto the objective during
just
the
one.
middle of the charge phase.
Because they innately have obsec, so I wasn't really worrying about much else.
yeah, they're not in range of that objective.
Right.
They
just the
are
chapter master.
now.
Now.
They specifically moved a model into it. I
See
saw
when
it
my man
happen.
can pull it out here.
That's interesting. I think it's probably okay in this case. I don't think it's far. I
so
don't think
sorry.
it's within striking range that it matters.
Yeah.
And the dice gods smote him for it.
Uh.
How dare he move back on in the shooting phase? Have 4 ones.
Charge phase, boost the model. Hang on, I'm still shooting. Huh.
No. No, I don't.
This is the saddest.
AP -4, 3 damage.
I'm taking it on the Storm Shield. The guy who has the Storm Shield and who does not have Mighty Heroes. Of course.
Got it. So yeah, that was the
Alright.
fight phase from the Deathwing
As
Apothecary.
defender, you get to pick next.
Okay.
into the
Because
assault
they didn't click it
Terminators.
over to the fight phase, so it's hard to
Going
see
to-
exactly what's going on.
Yeah, indeed.
Activate this guy. Closest to.
Let's get a closer look at these guys slicing and dicing here.
This guy is 2 inches from each.
We probably see 2 characters go down here. Maybe just 1, though. That is a Storm Shield on that captain.
Okay. And this one's there. So these 3 guys are attacking Apothecary.
Yep,
those
that
2 guys are
Apothecary's
attacking
gonna die.
Chapter Master. So we have.
Oh, that's my mistake. Just so you guys know,
5 attacks,
Um,
6 attacks.
that
one's a
though
sergeant,
that
one has
failed
Mighty
attack
Heroes still.
setup was actually
Heroes
the
lasted to the
Chapter
end of the
Master's
one
Relic
second.
Blade. that was hitting on 2s at strength 7, AP -3, damage 2. That he rolled 4
completely got awful for it, which I think is a bit of karmic justice for having nudged a model into an objective after you specifically moved it out and checked it before.
And also, calls back to the thing that I said, where I was like, hey man, sometimes your Chapter Master has 9 attacks with a strength, like 8 AP -3, damage 3, Teeth of Terra, and you roll 5 1s, and you're just like, yes. Odds. So, he suffered a little bit of odds there. What's the clicker, Creeper? What does the clicker let me do?
Yes.
Or do you mean the phase change tab? Is that what you mean by clicker?
Ooh.
That's certainly one way to put it. Those are each 4 damage. I'm not going to bother.
There goes the apothecary.
Yeah, the phase thingy. Yeah. It's my favorite thing because it helps me remember to do all my stuff. Somehow I still forget to bring in the Taraxi sometimes. They're literally like on my dice roller.
If that Chapter Master dies, that's another objective potentially for the White Scars to jump onto.
If the Chapter Master dies here, it's over.
Okay.
Actually, even then, I think you can get enough models onto that objective to actually win it.
Hitting on 4s.
Yeah, I was like, if the Chapter Master dies, the Assault Terminators pile over. And the Deathwing aren't OBSEC because they're not in the correct detachment. So he loses the objective 2 to 1. If the Chapter Master dies.
4s, you're going to 83.
Okay.
1 damage.
Cool. And takes 1 damage.
Okay.
And you don't have OBSEC, so...
Yeah.
Yep.
And he noticed
there it
the
is.
same thing that we noticed.
Jumping into contested objective.
That's it then.
Thanks for stopping by the way, Pants. Pleasure to have you.
Deathwing Knights.
Yep.
4 attack.
Good to see a VIP in chat. That's not Malice.
And
lurking in his phone.
This time. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, come on. Don't you have phones to play Diablo Immortal on? You should... What are you doing? It's 2:30 a.m. there? Alright, well. We appreciate you stopping by.
Yep, nice to have you stop by at the very least.
End of...
Weak. Creeper reminds me of the one Choppa at the beginning of Bioshock. When the other guy runs away because the Big Daddy's coming. Weak! You're a weak Choppa!
So, 7 attacks?
Yes, it is.
4 plus...
Bioshock 2 is my best favorite Bioshock. Mostly because you get to play as a Big Daddy.
Blasphemy! This is worse than the Horus Heresy, everyone. In chat, what's your favorite... Can we make a poll? Favorite Bioshock 1, 2, or 3?
3.
How do I do that?
So 6 ups on Vindicator.
3 damage.
Shit, I don't know how to do that.
It's just something amazing about playing as the Big Daddy, though.
Vindicator has 4 attacks.
You're apparently listening to Name here? Do we need to edit some stream info?
Alright, so...
Okay, Dr. Morg. So a Big Daddy is a big armored diving suit that's effectively a cyborg.
I don't think I get both of moments for that, but we both get one.
First Bioshock was best, easy. I agree with last Epoch. We have...
I don't think I fell back, right?
Wait, you've only ever played Infinite?
That's 2 points worth of moments.
Actually,
we need to get this man the collection that has 1 and 2 on it.
So it's on 3 points worth of moments.
Also advertising Grandolph? Yeah, that thing was... I was told that it was not important for me to change it to my twitch.tv/Glynisir thing. But hey, if you want to head over to twitch.tv/Glynisir.
Broadcaster's name here.
You can fucking throw me a follow or a like and subscribe. Or whatever. I don't actually know how any of these systems work, TBH. I'm just pretending.
Okay, so I think it's command phase.
It's easy to change the plugs. You just find like the little text thing in your OBS and you can change it from there.
Your favorite Bioshock is Dishonored, you fuck.
Attacks, right?
I mean, like,
yes,
true, but also, that's not the question we asked.
First
Dishonor
of
is
all,
closer to
you
thief. No, that's fair.
hold 1.
Bioshock,
Yeah, but you hold 2.
Bioshock,
is
and
one.
Bioshock 2 and Bioshock Infinite all hold their own
Yeah,
Warhammer 40K vibes, each in their separate way. Bioshock Infinite is very much like the bad guys are like, we're the Tau Empire.
My 2 objectives, and they hold...
It's our floating super tech city. We're gonna conquer the world.
That's why I had to
Join
shoot
the
the
greater good or
Librarian
die.
off, 'cause if you got any more surround, it would just be totally unrecoverable.
Corvo
I
is
had
voiced by
back
Stephen
into the
motherfucking
game, I
Russell.
also made
Oh
this
shit!
charge because then I killed the javelin.
But
I
it
killed
is the only
tacticals,
right
and
answer,
now I have
Creeper
obsec
insists,
on
so
that
it can't
point.
be.
As it is, this is going to be harder, but depends really on how this turn.
Alright.
Yeah. Deathwing Knights.
Oh, they remembered to switch the turn thingy. Let's see how the score looks now. So we were able to pick up another couple Oath of Moment points for the Dark Angels.
Yep.
That score is death there.
Can I
White
see
Stars.
your...
Hold 1,
Oh, yeah.
hold 2.
And they're about
hold
to
more.
jump up really hard.
Yeah,
and
wait,
surround
did they lose surround?
I want to get multi-range.
Oh yeah, their librarian got shot
The
off.
librarian got shot to death. So yeah, so they
Yeah, they got shot to death
actually,
in the charge phase.
Oh, that sucks.
What?
They forgot to do the shooting when he went over to the charge phase. So his opponent allowed it.
Also, you see.
Got it. I see.
Alright.
I would allow it in this situation.
I don't know. After your opponent didn't allow you to go back to do something that didn't matter, to do something that did matter.
It's the I told you my policy. I want to win with them doing everything right. I don't care that I did everything right. I want to win with my opponent having played correctly. I don't want to win because they forgot a rule. So sometimes that makes the hill harder to climb, but that is what it is. Wow, I can't believe that. I can't believe, to be honest, that on this turn 4, we are seeing the Javelin attack speeder alive doing something.
It's flying. It's gonna shoot those Deathwing Knights. It looks like.
I remember when
they did
we were,
a lot of fallback.
Yeah, this woof. Yeah, whoosh. The stubborn, that feel on Stubborn Defiance where you get turn 1. You get hard turn 1, and you do not prepare for the being turn 1 part of the game. It was a Sakaran Venator. Where did that boy go? Yeah, it was a Sakaran Venator and a unit of 5 Hellblasters on this objective back here that the teal Space Marines now occupy. And turn 1, the Venator got blasted by the Vindicator laser destroyers.
It wasn't even the Vindicator. The Vindicator didn't get to shoot yet. The Javelin attack.
Sorry, right?
speeder
No, I
popped
reversed
in.
it. Right, I reversed it. I was gonna say, and then the Javelin killed the Hellblasters, but no, the Vindicator didn't even get to shoot. Dragon is very much correct.
And then the Javelin killed the Hellblasters.
Yeah,
And it still be good.
the multi-meltus max rolled, so he dealt 13 damage. With he rolled a 6 and a 5 on the 2d6 for the multi-melta within half range.
He was out of half range.
No, and Pants, because of the way the Deathwing, the Dark Angels army has been set up, it is a battalion, which means the Terminators aren't OBSEC.
Close enough. Smiting the Deathwing turning.
Wait, neither of those are up. What?
Cast,
Where's
so
his? I'm confused. I'm confused.
And the shooting phase.
There were some rules shenanigans in here already, Pants. I think it's possible that people just didn't read all the way through on that one.
Multi-meltas and crack grenades. Multi-melta first. 2 shots.
According to this,
Rights of War. Yeah, they did have Rights of War. That's
they had one. They took a what is that? They took a Vanguard detachment
Hunter's Fusillade to make them assault.
Sorry,
of Deathwing Terminators.
Wait, what?
And in a patrol, they had a single tactical squad, the Hellblasters, the Sicarian Venator, and the Leviathan.
Did I read this wrong? Detachment command cost.
Alright, roll damage.
Oh, this is the patrol. I didn't catch the Vanguard in the middle. I thought the Deathwing were just in this fucking patrol. Okay, so the Deathwing Wait, so why does he keep fucking
Right.
trying to put the Deathwing
And
within
now,
range of Rites of War, then?
crack missiles.
They already have OBSEC. Something's... I don't...
Hunters,
I'm missing something somewhere,
I'm
lads,
assuming
and
this
I don't know
person
where it
doesn't
is.
know his codex very well at that point.
I don't think this person is actually
Yep.
a Dark Angels player, actually, at all.
Ouch.
Oh, they aren't even in Vanguard.
6 damage on
I
the
know.
first one. This is 5.
No, I'm...
6 damage on the second
Wait,
one.
Deathwing Knights aren't OBSEC even in Vanguard. Okay,
Okay.
there you go. It's just something I didn't know. Only Deathwing Termies and normal Termies.
And
Okay. So yeah, if you didn't catch that, that was a
Indicate
multi-melt
your
and
laser
3
fire
fucking crack missiles into the Deathwing Knights.
is
And as it
going to
turns out,
shoot-
if you fail a single invuln save, the Knights die to a multi-melta. So he failed both. And,
Yeah, we're gonna
well,
shoot.
there they went.
Bang, 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 bang.
Vindicator stood still, so he can
Is
overcharge it with
Ash a
penalty.
classic Dark Angels player?
Two
I am
crews,
actually not
and
aware of
then
Ash and
all
Gold's history.
goes. 1 wound, AP4.
Is shooting into who? These are
This one, sorry.
Nope. That one just dies instantly.
And Stormbolter is
Ash and Gold is like the guy who adores the Traitor Legion more than anyone I'm
1
aware
wound,
of.
AP0.
Uh,
Other Vindicator
Help
shooting
this
into
man.
Deathwing here.
yeah, I was like, there you go.
Melee.
Well, you're
Ash
in
is the
on
Sakaran
point
Supremacy
with
Lord.
his list.
That doesn't wound.
Yeah.
2 1 to row. Stormbolters minus row. In the box. Get in the box. And the 4s.
Get in the box!
Oh, you definitely command squad.
Let's see, participants.
There we go.
Oh, did Ash not make it into Season 8? No, they did not. Okay.
That's it for shooting. Charge phase. Librarian will charge.
He
Chapter
pioneered...
Master.
What the hell is this White Scars list? Dude, the White Scars list was hilarious! And the
It's
fucking...
amazing.
And the fucking Javelin attack
Five
speeder.
left.
The fucking punch... The 2 damage AP-1 Space Tactical Marines just fucking punching
Okay.
at 1 attack
I
apiece.
phase then.
2 on the charge.
Assault Termies
Fucking
have
coming in
Into a
clutch.
Hellblaster squad to finish them off.
Yeah, the
That
Hellblasters are like...
javelin attack speeder killed most of a Hellblaster squad. A Sicarian, it killed now most of a Deathwing Knight squad.
Yeah, like, I've never even heard of a Javelin attack speeder. Exactly. But look at its
It's
guns.
one of those Forge World models you would never think of using. It is slightly overcosted, but it is beautifully powerful, especially in White Scars, where you can have this thing just advance and charge because it feels like it.
Right,
Look at
he
these
spent-
weapon profiles!
And that's on the
He spent the
Taskmaster.
CP for it to count its heavies as assault and be White Scars.
Okay, one
So
success,
it
one
moved
failure, 100
16
damage.
plus a
That's free only because
d6.
it didn't charge.
Yes.
Goes into 3.
And we have 2
Nice
lightning
damage.
claws, so that's 4 attacks each, 8 attacks.
And then he took 2 Hunter Killers on this thing, from what I heard.
Yes, no, he did take 2 Hunter Killers. So he put 2 Hunter Killers into the Sakaran Venator and did 4 damage. With just one of them that went through.
This thing
And then he dealt
just says
14
delete.
damage with the 2 Multi-Meltas, and it was like, oh,
He is alive. on
it's
1
dead. Sorry, 15 damage with the 2 Multi-Meltas, not even...
No, the
not even-
multi-meltas were outside of melter range, remember?
I thought he got them in with the advance. No? Okay, my mistake.
No, he didn't even advance it. He just flew it.
Depending on, I think
Wow.
Librarians only have weapon skill for
Get shit on, kid. I don't know what to get good.
3 hits, and then 4s.
Yeah, you get 3 multi-melta
One.
attack bikes pretty much. But this thing has, flight to its advantage.
Wait, you get
He
3
did
multi-melta
charge his
attack
progress.
bikes?
Yes.
It's
Yes,
65.
you can pay for 3 multi-melta attack bikes for the same price that
Oh,
the speeder
that's
is.
right.
Plus,
I
you
thought-
don't eat the command point.
I thought we said the speeder's 135.
Let me
Orion said it in
Okay.
chat earlier.
double check.
Is it 2.5? Okay.
Attack bike.
It's 145 with the Hunter Killer missiles. Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
The fact that
Yeah.
it's 1 command point is
That
woof.
was definitely
Yeesh.
command squad into
I don't know about
Vindicator.
that.
Mm-hmm.
But certainly got a lot of guns. That's true.
Something funny you could do is that you could get rid of the Javelin missile launcher for 2 las cannons.
Is there some chapter that would shoot better with the javelin attack speeder than anyone else?
I don't know, because it is its own independent unit. It has no core. It has the relic stuff. So.
Yeah, I guess Iron
These are, like,
Hands
the most
would
electrical
actually
things
not be
I'm
bad,
sorry.
because then it gets
Reroll
ones,
ones.
in
But it
Devastators.
is what it
Yeah.
is. We deal with bad luck.
I
in
do
this game
like
all
the
time.
use of how the speeder was
Single
used in
hold.
this battle, honestly.
Yeah, and their chat's saying the same thing. Fists are Iron Hands, because it's got a bunch of
I
strength.
think it's single hold, right?
I really like the use of
Yes, you do.
Windswift on this thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's very White
I
Scarsy.
hold
It's beautiful.
Literally nothing. So.
Yeah,
actually, no, I hold
and
one.
as you hear there, the tragedy for the Dark Angels, hold none of the objectives. A flat none. Alright, let me see. Ash and Gold, what did you run in the last tournament? Ash won. Ash went 2-2 in Season 7. I'm only looking up Season 7 because they didn't play Season 8. Ah, it's pastebin.pl. Everything's gonna get fucked.
Alright, so.
Yeah. Ash played Dark Angels then as well.
I like the name of this list. A Centurion Assault Squad. It's just 5
Oh,
champion
theoretically,
consoles
I
and
can
unit
get
together.
these
Changed
2
my
points
mind.
for points.
Oh yeah, and I see Ash indeed bringing the Assault Plasma Incinerators in a Hellblaster 10-man squad, as well as a Sakaran Venator and a Leviathan Dreadnought in... Oh, actually, you know what, lads? This is literally his Season 7 list he's playing on stream right now. That he went 2-2 with in group stages.
I respect it, because that means this is showing that he's probably learned to pilot this even better.
Heavy flamer and
Certainly, I feel like
harness all the storm bolters into the javelin.
I feel like we got to see a little bit more of what Dark Angels can do, but I'm not sure.
1, 2, 3,
It was
4,
really
6,
1-2, Sag.
Oof.
Yeah, and who's the person that went through in this group? Elzar, great name, by the way.
AP nothing.
The person that went through in this group,
Perhaps.
was Triple
Finally.
Keeper of Secrets Chaos Demons, of course. My mistake. How could I have underestimated you even for a moment, Triple Keeper of
Javelin
Secrets?
of Doom.
Yes.
I'm building the Kizagan.
Keeper
Or,
of
sorry.
Victory Points.
Yeah, no, that's right. Keeper of Secrets.
Appropriate.
Keeper of Victory
I
Points.
That's the
Sitting in the
Zeech
box,
one, right?
I don't care.
No, that's the Slaneshi one that can advance and charge.
This Kizagan
Oh,
has
that's
to
the
be built.
Slaneshi Advance and Charging one. Okay.
Heavy flamer.
Oh, I remember that
shots.
list. It smashed a bunch of
Yeah, I've got
Redemptor
Frat
Dreadnoughts,
Guy coming in this
where the
week.
Redemptor
I'm planning
left
to
a Keeper of
give,
Secrets
2
at
Thunder
2 health, and the
Hammers.
Keeper of Secrets was like, all right, well,
Run them as,
I kill all
debating
14 of your
when good
HP,
Heralds
13 of your HP. Then sorry.
Plus
Two
the
more
sure.
Leap
Yeah,
Heroes one.
Keeper
You
of
should have
Secrets
finished
are
the
pretty
job.
Nutty.
I just got a bunch
Minus
of
one, I'm
conversion
assuming.
cards to use.
So we're seeing a little bit of shooting here from the Dark Angels as they're really trying to scrap for any victory points like they can, but I think we'll see that they're just not going to make it through. Did this Vindicar Laser Destroyer get obliterated? No. No, in fact, it looks like a bunch of the dice went
I'm
south
wondering if I should
for the Dark
magnetize
Angels
my.
player.
I have some
Yeah,
magic
it's
I
gonna
should
live an
select
extra
to build.
turn.
I'm wondering if I should magnetize them so I can run them as assault turnies with WYSIWYG loadouts.
And we still have another pretty much unharassed Vindicator in the center still, ready to eat some more Terminators alive.
It's going to be kind of difficult though because they do have the arms pretty much molded on straight, right? It's going to look pretty unnatural if you try to throw
Yes,
Indominus
something like.
arms on them.
It's something like that because in Heresy they can also take the standard Tartarus loadout,
Mhm.
but some of them do have a two-handed loadout, which is weird. Some of them have a one-handed loadout, which is fine.
Yeah, exactly. All the hands attached to the wrist, or
I believe they're attachable to wrist because they're compatible with standard Tartarus loadout stuff.
yeah, it probably works. I know the plastic Terminators would be hopeless. I'm gonna have to do a lot of carving and filing, but I made them.
So we're pretty much at the bottom of round 4, turn 2, and there's a 25-point lead.
Yeah, I
That's
think we can
brutal.
call this
Anyway,
game at this point. Definitely going to
these
be White
guys are gonna be
Scars.
charging those guys.
Okay. Can they
Close
finally
the
make it?
poll. I don't...
They did.
Yes.
Dragon! Close the
What?
poll rewards. I don't
know how to close the poll. I didn't know we had a poll. No one taught me how to do the poll.
Sag.
Alright, so that's a 21 minus 4 attack, 17.
I also don't know how to do that.
Since I don't need that seat or anything anymore.
Dice.
Pop, what do you call it? +1 to hit. Fury of the First.
Fury the First.
There we go. It's useful. Moving on 4s, you roll all.
Oh. Why are you picking up a 4 to
Wait,
reroll?
you
You
roll
don't need
all
to
of
do
them?
that.
They're lightning claws.
Oh, look.
Yep. So
I
all
thought they had
those
changed
8
this, and I
minus
was
3.
like, oh, okay.
No, change those guys.
6s. They are super dead.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no. They're only just dead.
Yep. Only dead by 1 wound. Oh, 2 wounds, really. Alright,
Yeah,
not gonna...
Space Marine's not going to be able to do anything
actually-
against those guys. He took him a turn. He had to do.
Flames
He had to be a
aren't
2-turn
so
move to get over to that
I'm
objective. But I don't
going to consolidate.
think
Yeah.
that buys him
Anyway,
a victory.
Next you have your
No, it
Vindicator
doesn't.
command.
He's
I
still
s-
Oh, yeah, let's
he still gets
go.
hold moored on,
I missed. Those missed too.
and it's quite possible,
Alrighty,
you know, those other
spend-
Terminators just run off and
Yeah.
kill the Terminators on the other
So
objective.
this is the Terminators in the corner right now, I believe.
3s and 4s
Yep.
roll all.
Or maybe it's the Librarian.
I don't know. It looks
Okay,
like the only
cost
other
3
melee
for
that's happening is
damage.
down there. Oh, I think
9
the
damage
car
kills
attacked
it.
first,
Neat.
Does it
and
explode?
now we're on to the Terminators.
It does.
Does. Right,
Oh
and
no, that
uh,
was them
guys.
attacking the
Alright, so my
car.
guys first, D3 mortals.
It's just toughness 8. That's why it's 4s rerolling. It's not toughness 7.
Yeah,
Four guys next.
Oh,
that's a
3
hardy.
mortals! It explodes, dealing 3 mortals and
3.
killing a Terminator.
That is
Not
brutal.
Close enough.
Yeah,
And then he's going to
unlucky.
consolidate menacingly 3 inches towards you.
Each person's going to be losing a model there, but it's bigger on
But
that
it's
Terminator.
bigger on that fucking Deathwing than the 16-point Space
So we
Marine or
killed
whatever
the
he is.
vehicle.
Yeah, 16.
We are not within. We didn't fail any morale because, of course. So that's going to take us up to 8 for oaths, and
I
Yeah.
fell back. I'm pretty sure I killed a character.
you killed
Yeah,
the
they're
champion.
to the center.
So that's going to be 1.
And I don't think I wasn't with Holo Offensive, so I just get 1 for this.
And other is over to you. I'm just going to take this one guy away because he doesn't.
Doesn't really matter what is called the primary. Pretty. You hold 2.
Yep, as of now.
This is bad around 5, so now I need to figure out your primary scoring, which is you have 2 dudes on there. You probably grab. I'll look for Sergeant.
I'm thinking, I think we see these Terminators over here,
Uh,
and this Librarian try to run over and just finish off
Yes.
that last squad of Relic Terminators to make
Vindicator,
things
yeah.
harder for his enemy. Or does he completely hold this
I don't
center?
think the Vindicator
Has,
can he? Depends
what-
on.
what
1
did-
Oh,
second.
I guess the score
Area
sheet in the
Vindicator
Excel
was-
file doesn't have the primary set up
So if
properly.
he'll be in the center,
Because it's
Vindicator
letting him
is
score more
here,
than 45 on primary.
And then we'll advance the assault terminators.
Whoa,
So they all reroll the advance roll.
that's some
It's still a 1,
crazy shit is happening. What's happening here?
but they have 2 in the Planesrunner, so it's neat.
That was some whack-ass shit. Sorry, lads.
And I'm gonna string back Lightning Claw dude. So he hit fits between the Planesrunner.
Oh, beautiful.
What's this charge? A 9-inch charge, that's fine.
I wonder if you just tank up, or do you run out? What is your
what's
plan
next?
here on the last round?
I mean,
Green
you
phase.
have to go for
Tax will
every
shoot the
objective,
Deathwing, so-
right? Like, and specifically, as your white scars, you went first. Your goal is to move, block, and deny any objective holding as much as possible.
Hitting on 3s,
Oh, yeah.
hitting on 4s.
That's all you care about. They can kill every one of your models.
Thank you,
None of the
Zero.
rest matters. Like,
We
like
saw
he
an
said, he's
immediate
already maxed
shooting
on
relic.
primary.
I guess I should have tried to charge you. Oh, well. You have 2 wounds AP0 on your Deathwing Sergeant. Or did you order saves?
1 second. Over where?
This
Oh,
guy,
2
2
wounds?
wounds. It'd be nothing.
He's good.
Alright, yeah, I should have moved down here and then tried to charge you. Vindicator will try to shoot your Terminators off. 3 shots overcharged. This is 1 on 4s. This is another 1. 1 wound.
Alright, and that's on who?
The relic turn is over there, yeah.
Alright, this is 6 damage?
Yes.
6 damage.
Gotcha.
Woof.
5 up. They're good.
Yes. Charge phase,
Talk about some overkill.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for stopping by, Pants. Have a good night.
Rivalries.
Yep, see you, Pants.
And, I forgot to do the whole psychic phase. Well, that sucks.
Yikes.
Well, I'm not going to be complaining.
They don't get out time anymore.
It's like that feel when you're like, I forgot my whole psychic phase, but I'm already ahead by 40, so feels bad, man, for you.
I assume it's going into my turn, or?
Yeah, I'll get Stranglehold.
It's brutal.
Yep.
Alright, so yeah, what's his actual score going to be
Hello,
here?
Felipe.
Into this. 35 primary.
Is that my boy Philippe? That could not be.
Terrible. I mean, I obviously am going to lose, but I can put that down for just Stubborn Defiance. Just completely dropping.
I had a very good friend here where I live that I used to play
Retrieve
Warhammer
Octarius
against
data
in
over
person.
there, of course. That's
And his name was Philippe. And he was a very good Drukhari player.
Then
You don't score your primaries yet.
Dangerously good at Drukhari. He has not played with the 9th Codex, and I'm sort of just like scared to know what happens when he gets his hands on it.
2,
when he decides to return to
and
his
if
old
I
ways.
have 1, 2, and if I
Alright,
kill
so
all
12,
these
4,
guys
and
with
8.
squad guy, I get 3. So at most, I get hold equal.
Alright, looks like that will be the bottom of round
Wait, no,
5.
2.
What do you mean? 1, 2. Oh yes, you would only hold 2. So I'll just if I kill all these guys, I'll take it up 5.
Alrighty, so with a final score of 79 to 63, we are going to be wrapping up this game.
I gain absolutely no benefit.
We've got one
Charging
unit of
you-
brave White Scars holding the line
So
here
the
against
only
the
thing
final
that matters
Deathwing
is
Sergeant.
this absolute hero.
These Deathwing Terminators, Relic Terminators, have taken
Doing
over this
charge.
home objective and
Literally
retaken
can't
over this
fail.
home objective. But unfortunately, they didn't hold it all game. Otherwise,
He is
they'd have
determined.
He feels inspired.
they'd have
Yeah, and
15
they-
points on Stubborn, right? Like he could have
Yeah.
had 15 on Stubborn if he had not messed up that early
Actually,
setup.
it's strangely appropriate because I don't actually have a Deathwing command squad, so that's just a random Enigmatus.
That's
and
been a
they've
brutal game.
fighting
Yeah,
a
a seriously brutal
Vindicator
game
for 3
indeed.
turns.
But as every battle in the 41st millennium is,
obviously +1 to hit.
the grim darkness of the far future,
And we've
there is
got
only
4
war. So we
attacks,
know that the battles will be
hitting on 3s.
bloody.
Nah,
begin
they're
with.
already calculating for that. They're just talking through what would have happened.
We
Well,
tried so hard.
There's
Putting
pretty
up
much
two.
nothing they can do.
He's used all his,
Yes. Okay.
No.
he used all of his energy on the running part and not on the screen.
You started only a month and a half ago, Philippe. But you prefer Squidmar's Tau giveaway paint job, so
And,
well. I definitely, Glynisir, highly encourage you to join us in the greater good. You will become your own worthy Chasseau in time. And then eventually when we get a codex, you can win games.
There we go.
Come join the Gene Stealer cult. You'll get your own pet dog.
There's a non dissimilar
Yeah,
aspect of the religion of both the Gene Stealer cult and the Tau Empire. Like we're both
Only
sort of
difference
like,
is we're free and we follow willingly.
well,
I think that
Our converts chose to join us.
yeah, or did the like festering spores that have invaded their minds convince them to choose? These are the questions.
because what I wanted to
No difference to the festering spores of your ethereals.
That's what I'm saying. Not dissimilar. Not dissimilar.
Well, the issue is instead of murdering our dissenters, we turn them into bioorganisms.
Yeah, that's true. We definitely are down with the raw murder.
Assassinate.
Hear him talking about the greater good, but decided to play Admech, shaking my head. Sorry, Creeper.
Maybe if you didn't, if you
That's-
deployed the tax squad last,
yikes. Ouch. You got me there, buddy.
But here in the Gene cult, Your dog, from us, will not only protect you, but it'll be able to cook food for you.
And
Yeah, don't mind the extra appendages. That's
the whole point.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Prehensile appendages, so we can do useful things, such as cooking your breakfast.
And walking on the walls. And standing on the ceiling. You're like, no.
And that's all part of the fun.
I don't think there's a more disconcerting thing that I can imagine a dog to do than if I walk into my house and my dog is standing on my ceiling just looking at me like everything's normal. Yeah, here in the Guard we love playing games. Like Die Last, says Dr. Morg. Well, come on, man, what's the famous Commissar quote? Glory to the first man to die! And you're like, what about dying last, though? Like, old in my bed.
Felipe, have you signed up for TTS tutelage by any chance?
Would have changed things a lot because that javelin was.
Yeah,
MVP.
if the javelin died in that first volley, which as the math said was going to happen even without Weapons of the Dark Age, specifically because I want Weapons of the Dark Age to use over here because I needed that to get through the Apollo No Pain.
Yeah,
and I mean then I rolled a bunch of 2s, but yeah.
If the sense lived to get healed and res and things are bad.
Exactly, I just had to put absolutely into them. What I wanted to do was I wanted to kill the javelin, and that would have tied up your Vindicator trying to deal with Hell Blasters, which is a good look for you in general. And then I wanted.
If everyone died first, you don't get veterans.
And if I do that, I get my Stubborn Defiance over here. I lock you up with Deathwing Knights pretty much.
Yes, we're hearing the players just discuss a little bit about the alternative strategies, using Deathwing Knights to lock up Centurions in the front, and using a better position to hide, I think, as everyone agreed. There's a way better way to hide that Venator than the way he did. He didn't need to leave it revealed so boldly like that.
Then we take the
for his turn 1.
Multi-Meltas or the Melta Lances, and we put them into Land Raider. And that prevents the Land Raider having to be dealt with the Deathwing Knights. So then I have a choice. If I don't have to deal with the Land Raider sitting on my objectives, then I can choose, okay, I either go after the Assault Terminators with the Deathwing Knights and I back them up with the Chain Fists, or I bring them up here, I kill the tacticals, I sit on this objective.
I don't know, if you ask me, the best way to play Guard is oops all Commissars, because they hit on 2s.
Hell Blasters whiffing there was really a problem, same for not getting the denial.
And give them all Power Fists.
Alright, I need to do some
sure the Psychic Fortress Evil actually did a whole lot
for this discussion.
Oh no, it didn't do a whole lot for the Centurion. The reason why it would have been important is because I would have, if Psychic Fortress was not up and the Hell Blasters didn't whiff.
I'm 90% sure Commissars hit on 2s.
Otherwise, I don't think with the 5-up invuln, even in Melter range, I actually manage it. I think it's just barely missing it, and then
opened up a Lord Commissar. He hits on 2s.
If I keep all your librarians,
let me check the basic Commissar in the elite slot. Hits on 3s. So the HQ Lord Commissar hits on 2s for an extra 10 points and has an extra wound and an extra save.
Yeah, thank you, Glynisir.
Okay.
As if I'm going overtime here, I was thinking it would probably be the Hell Blasters. I think there was 6 2s rolled on a 3-up wound roll. Reroll 1s, and so I think that was.
You rolled so many 2s; it was very sad.
Yeah, I think that was the real issue. If those Centurions died, and I could put the Melta Lances into anything else instead of putting, what was that? That was 600 points. 600 points of units plus buffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then your Leviathan just got bonked by a funny chaplain.
Yeah. I don't think was that the Leviathan or. No, that was the Vindicator Laser Destroyer. That was.
That was just a fucking 10 damage, two 6s, and then you died.
Yeah.
What did the chaplain do? Oh, he bonked one of your.
Chaplain killed basically just made these Hell Blasters a non-factor.
Oh yeah.
That was it, and then he died. If he didn't make the YOLO charge, I come out here next turn. I see you walking up to try to get this objective. I say, nope. Weapons of the Dark Age, overcharge, please remove your Terminators from my board. So
yeah, I should have I should have put the chaplain here because I put him here, but like, either way gives me an easy charge, and then that gets me easy charge this way. If I didn't expect to blow up a Leviathan when shooting, but it did, and I was like, oh fuck.
Let's see.
The classic overshoot. I wasn't expecting to blow up the Leviathan when shooting, but then I did and was like,
while I had a game plan here and the averages supported the
Good
game
night,
plan,
Orion. Thank you very much for tuning in,
tied up in math
hanging out with us today.
Because that's just how I am as a person, and
See you, Orion.
I think that I needed to do something like also these Relic Terminators over here when I saw you massing, so then I could countercharge your Terminators with a bunch of Lightning Claws.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you tie me up, I mean, I still fall back in charge, but still, like, it doesn't. It means I can't advance and like run all over the map with all my movement buffs.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because even if the whole point is to just keep off of this objective and drown you in the amount of OBSEC I have in this list. Because your guys are not OBSEC, mine are. If I have the tactical squad, I have all of these guys squatting on this objective with Inner Circle, then it's better off.
And I very much agree with Ash's perspective on his own list there. He was attempting to quash with OBSEC, and when you run out of models early,
instead of extra Relic Terminator
you're done.
Squad. I wanted to go with the Relic Terminators to have innate OBSEC, and I think that worked better with this game plan, but I didn't really have room to extend my characters out. Because if I extended my characters out, they just got charged and died.
Yeah.
So, nothing I could do about that on this one. I think I really just wanted to take these Relic Terminators, and instead of pushing them up here, I think I should just fought on this side of the board and said, okay, Hellblaster, have you, the tactical squad, you can handle this side. Because the Relic Terminators on here would have been much... I was reticent to put that many points down there, but I had to in the end because of how much you had here. But that's end of my lessons anyway.
All
yeah.
right.
Thank you. So yeah, if you want to mute
Undeafen now.
Yeah.
Turn off.
All right. Here we are.
Hello.
Welcome.
Ash, you're still in TTS chat.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you very much for playing that show match for us, Ash and Citronade.
That was a good game.
Thanks for having us.
I love to see the Relic Javelin get used. It's probably my favorite Space Marine model.
There were some very fun swingy moments. We couldn't believe when the Assault Centurion lived with 1 wound. We're like, oh my, it's going to be a 7-wound swing. He's going to heal for 3 and summon another Centurion with 4 wounds. And it's hysterical that the Leviathan was able to finish him off in close combat.
Well, didn't really finish off. He just broke to morale.
Yeah, sorry. No, that's right. That's right. He broke to morale because... Could you tell us, why did you pull the Sergeant?
He was the only one in Psychic Fortress range.
Yeah, if he didn't pull the Sergeant, if he tried to just go on the 6-up, then that would be much more efficiency for the Hellblasters, which would have been absolutely necessary if I didn't roll really poorly on the wound rolls.
Yes, and so that was the other thing was like, oh my godness, the number of 2s that you rolled with your plasma. Like, thank goodness you're not dying on him anymore with like -1 to hit, but just like the tragedy of justice. My heart went out to you.
And the Chapter Master roll. All of those Thunderhammers from you just rolling 2s.
That's
it wasn't even a Thunderhammer. That was a Mastercrafted
Relic Blade, right?
Yeah. And then I put the Chapter Master rerolls on the Relic Terminators instead because I thought they're making that charge. I want them to get that because...
Yeah, it's so tragic. 100%.
My heart.
Something that I think chat and my heart went out to you. I had said it earlier in the game. I'm like, oh, we're going to see where he puts these Chapter Master rerolls each turn. Because every turn, you always are like, well, but if I put him on the Chapter Master, that protects me from when I make 9 attacks and roll 5 1s. Like the Salamanders, my Salamanders captain with Teeth of Terra did last league. It's like, all right, 9 attacks, AP -3, damage 3. Okay, that's 5 1s. We lose. That's sad.
It was interesting because if there are 2 things that could have happened that turn, if you don't mind me talking about that.
Please, no, we absolutely want you to. Go ahead.
So... The deal there was I could have pulled out that game by basically translating into a 45 primary thanks to the last 2 turns and denying a lot of stranglehold points and denying surround them points if I made that charge with the Relic Terminators that turn, and if I killed at least 2 of the his Assault Terminators, because he wants to put the AP -4 3 damage attacks on the Storm Shields. If I clean those out, I clean out the Thunder Hammers. And that means that the Chapter Master, as you saw, it really came down to the wire because he's just so survivable the way I have them built. Which means that he's sitting there, he's forcing further commitment of force to them, he kills 1 or 2 more next turn, and it's just... Now, they can't meaningfully deal with anything else on the board, including my relics.
And wouldn't you say that it would snowball into an Oath of Moment from the center board for you as well, with the Chapter Master being basically uncontestable?
That's exactly correct, because if I killed those, my plan was I'm going to consolidate into you, and now I'm going to tag that objective with the very edge of my base on that side, and put myself back wholly within 6 inches. And that's going to be another, I want to say, 4 victory points by the end of the game for me, if the Chapter Master lives for another 2 turns.
Right, and we already saw that the victory point swing was very tight. It was only something like 15, 16 points difference. So if you were able to swing an extra 10 primary between 2 turns, and then those 4 points on Oath of Moment, all it would take would be another Octarius, or perchance one different play to enable another 5-point score on Stubborn Defiance to put you in the lead.
Exactly, yeah. And so, in the end, I think there are absolutely the 2 lessons I spoke about that I could have done differently as a player, which is, again, removing statistical variance as an equation is the thing you have to do at these high levels of competitive play. But there were a lot of times when it really could have gone either way, depending on my charge rolls, which, again, statistical variance. But, of course, all the credit here goes to Citron for being such a good opponent.
Very well said, and thank you very much, Citron, as well for.
I forgot to do so much crap with my Marines. I forgot to heal my Apothecary. He died.
Right, and it's so funny that like even in victory, it's like, well, but there were 7 things that I did where I could have done it differently, and it probably would have worked out better for me. Maybe maneuvering a chaplain to another side of the wall, as you said, or a librarian who ended up just out of aura range of another assault centurion. Like if only a second non-sergeant assault centurion had been in Psychic Fortress range, just might have tipped the balance on that central point.
Yep.
Is there any other comments you'd like to make before we sign off?
For me, I don't think so. Lord above knows I've certainly been rambling long enough.
Well, thank you very much, Ash.
While I'm here, I just want to say I love the Vindicator Laser Destroyer now. It's great. Flat 6 damage when moving. Oh my god, just Tokyo drift around and shoot things.
Yeah, and toughness 8, I was surprised to see.
It's a Vindicator!
Right? I guess that's the shield on the front of it that makes it T8? Is that how that works?
The shield gives it 2+, but it doesn't have a shield. Vindicators are just T8.
Vindicators are just T8 nowadays. Okay. Yeah, and note to self, Javelin Attack Speeder, very dangerous. That somehow it seemed like an MVP for you that game.
It's got like 5 high-quality shots, also 2 Hunter Killers that just whiffed, but like...
Well, what can you do?
It moves fast, it's got a bunch... It's like a Storm Speeder, but it's cooler because it's from the Great Crusade era.
Yes, exactly. We noticed that you both have a preference for some Horus Heresy tech.
Yeah, it was basically like, he likes doing Horus Heresy, I wanted to do a pure Firstborn list.
Oh, is this list pure Firstborn? Was there no Primaris?
Yeah.
Are Centurions not Primaris in their giant suits?
Nope, they're only baby carriers.
I see. They're baby carriers. Got it.
I used Qing Sha's model because he's sufficiently big enough and scary enough as to substitute as an Assault Centurion.
Assault Centurion. No, that makes perfect sense. That's a good model. Okay, everyone. Thank you very
last
much.
Thing,
sorry.
I would like to plug my Custodes mod.
Oh, okay. Please tell us more.
It's just posted. It's photo scans of my own stuff, and it is Solar Watch. In the next couple of weeks, I will have Caladius and Telemons up. I've painted them. I just need to find time to scan them because I have a event this weekend.
Oh, okay. Well, that'll be a fantastic group of Custodes for everyone to enjoy playing with on TTS.
That.
And very much good luck and have fun in the event you are playing in.
Thank you. Good luck. And thanks, Ash, again for the game. Very fun.
My pleasure.
It was great to watch. 100%.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Yes. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in to this stream of Tabletop Simulator Warhammer 40K. You should check out the Tabletop Simulator Discord. We have a welcoming community along with tutelage streams to get new players like Philippe here in and ready to run the rules of an army. And we also have our Alpha League for competitive matches like this between Ash and Citron. We currently are in Alpha League playoffs of Season 8. I myself, among others, are in the playoff bracket, and we will be playing quite a number of games over the next couple weeks as we move through, I believe, from the round of 32 that we are in, all the way forward to eventually crowning a leader of the Alpha League. There's all that and more, so check us out on Discord, YouTube, and everywhere toys are sold. Until next time, everyone, I'm Glynisir. Thank you for tuning in. Stay righteous out there.